Live.
Booyah! Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to our gathering of would-be heroes.
That's us.
Yeah. This is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign game full of swords, sorcery, magic, giants, dragons, and all kinds of monsters, including tieflings. But as a warning, this is a game that can also explore mature themes, and while we will be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, giant snakes, and many other topics. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries and will collectively avoid situations like licking frogs that may be triggering. The players may always let me know if anything got uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. So, I now even have the stream in front of me. I'm looking at it, and I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So let's start with Sarah.
Hi, everybody. I am Sarah, she, her. I play Isamina Lascelle, the cleric here on Would Be Heroes.
And Belle.
Hi, I'm Belle Share, and I'm playing Delphia, who is a ranger rogue-esque, and she's working on stuff.
That top is amazing though, because you're literally fading into the foliage. I love it. Anyway. And Jazz.
Hello, I'm Jazz. I play Zanelle, she, her for both, and I am the human monk.
You are Zev.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev, he, him. I play Marcus Lassalle, Tiefling Paladin.
Cool. Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, she, her. I play Dr. Rosenthal, he, him, our human wizard.
And Steve.
That's me. I had myself on mute and I accidentally put the wrong Sarah in, but Sarah caught it and put it right Sarah in. I am Steve. I am regularly the storyteller here, usually, but today I will be playing this guy right here, Malik Greybeard, who has a gray beard.
And a really big hammer. All
Yes.
right. So I'm going to start everybody with a rouse check now.
Huh?
It's Halloween. Come on. No. All right. Where is
Hey.
my big old page of notes? So, snatching victory from the crushing scales of defeat, our team of would-be heroes, after venturing into the danger-ridden Rushmore swamp and locating her secret cultist-infested lair, vanquished the reptile god Explictica and seemingly ended her reign of terror on the sleeping village of Orlane. Then they commenced to determining how they would get everyone and everything, lots and lots of treasure, back to town. Dr. Rosenthal, after running back to the carnage of destroyed spell pages and searching frantically for some meaning behind the carnage and maybe a few salvage pages, returned and identified a number of items they were imbued with magic aura, some goggles, some potions, and a large leather bag, which the party started to energetically fill with coins and valuables, not yet knowing how much of a hard-ass DM I am. For when the bag seemed to become overfull, it tore asunder and the contents of the bag vanished into nothingness, actually the astral plane, leaving them slightly poorer but possibly wiser. Probably. The party encountered a number of further struggles on their way out of the dungeon and back to town, including an increasingly tired Rosenthal, determined to keep his floating disc, carrying a significant amount of treasure going, and a wrong turn, should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque, leading them off their beaten track and nearly into the hungry jaws of a Hydra. And that is where we left off. So, I'm on the wrong map because I've been planning ahead.
I'm on the Hydra map, but I wasn't earlier, and Lodane pointed it out. So thanks, Lodane. I had the other
So,
tab open for the actual game.
We're basically done with this map, essentially.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, we are.
The big red X on the Hydra now. There it is.
There we go.
In case you didn't
It
know.
was stressing me out.
Hang on, I'm kicking Sirenscape in, which we haven't mentioned yet. Sirenscape is awesome. Go
Yes,
check it out.
Sirenscape.
And we're gonna play a little swampy land.
Little swampy land. As we're
Little-
leaving the swampy land. Excellent, excellent.
Little swampy land.
Everyone has finished. The Hydra breathed its last. The heads fall into the swamp. leaving you tired, some of you more than others. And I can hear it now. Wow. Or not.
Nope.
No. All right, that's okay. What are you doing now?
Heading to Olala. Olala. Olala.
Yes.
Yes.
Olala.
Alala?
Well, I think
Yes.
that that interrupted our rest, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, it did.
Did
We
it?
should
Well,
probably finish
yeah.
that up.
Maybe.
can we finish that or are we restarting it?
You will have to restart it.
Guys,
How far
Just
into
head back.
it
We're
It's
at
fine.
PM, remember?
I open up my map
I'm so
and
mean.
try to pinpoint where we stopped. How, like, are we just, if we just walk for 6 or 7 hours, will we be in Olala?
No.
We're days out.
You're about a. I mean, just based on the amount of walking that you have done thus far from the dungeon, and the remembering how long it took you, you're still about a day and a half away. Even if you hadn't taken a slight deviation, you're not quite sure when you deviated, but you figure you're at least a day and a half away still.
Yeah. Everybody go back to bed.
Who was
Cool
who
beans.
was on watch?
Cool.
I can
I'll-
watch.
Yeah, I can watch.
He is on watch.
I'll take first watch.
I'll go with the mighty one.
Okay. I'm going to roll myself back up in my cloak and
Just leave the Hydra body where it is. It's fine.
Oh gosh.
It's a warning sign to everyone who wants to try to mess with us.
Well, exactly.
That's all it is.
I'm not moving it.
What better way to let someone else you mean business?
Absolutely.
So, whoever's on watch, roll me perception, please.
Sounds good.
What'd you
Got a
get
four-
there?
14.
15.
Hey.
And a 15. Those are pretty cool rolls, gotta say. All right. Over the course of the rest of the, I guess, your portion of the watch, the air becomes warmer with the heat of the morning, the dew, or the mist of the later evening melting away or sort of draining away. The insects, now that they have the first light of day, start getting active. The frogs are constantly chirping, but they make way to maybe different frogs, more or less nocturnal ones. But nothing else seems to really come out and stick to your notice as anything of any kind of threat or any kind of importance or significance. It's sort of just a general waking of the swampy terrain. The fauna are awake, the flora are probably awake, and the hydra's still dead.
I just have to point out, as soon as Mike said that the bugs were coming out, like that's when the fly noise kicked in. It was like
Again, that's
yeah.
twice now.
That's
Getting
great.
good at that.
Okay.
Who's next?
I'll go
I'll
wake
go
up Delphi.
next.
Meanwhile,
So-
oh yes, while we're at it, Dr. Rosenthal, please roll me if you want to do your research, or are you just going to focus on staying awake?
He'd probably try, and if he like blurs out and can't do anything, he'll just give up until he sleeps.
That's fair. Give me an Arcana check at disadvantage because you're tired.
I am. It's a 19.
With disadvantage.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
I have a +6 to Arcana.
What do
so-
y'all expect from the big
Yes.
bad? Like,
That's nice though. Yeah. Where is my page? I wrote this down.
Got my notes.
It's all right. Talk amongst yourselves.
Before I go to bed, I will just go over and just sympathetically put my hand on the doctor's shoulder, not interrupting him or anything, but I'll cast second level aid. So you can have 5 hit points. It maximize like it increases your max hit point by 5 for 8 hours. And since Delphia and Zanelle are up, I will give it to them also.
He is very
Cool.
appreciative.
Thank you.
And let's hope that there's no more encounters because that was my last second level spot till I can get to sleep.
we're
Let's
fine.
hope there are no more encounters.
We're fine.
We handled business around here. Nothing's
Whatever, it
happened for
was,
us.
you get it for 8 hours. It's good.
It's fine. Maul is a cantrip anyway.
And it's not even concentration, so you're good. Dr. Rosenthal,
Mm-hmm.
this is quite the discovery for you.
Ooh.
Dispel magic.
Oh, thank you.
You manage to find a 3rd level spell in this book of
Beautiful.
piles of torn papers. You match the sigils. But your fatigue-addled brain, you almost fight the fatigue off and like, no, stop being stupid. This is not the right. And obviously, it's almost like you're chastising yourself for being too tired and letting fatigue get in the way of your research.
That sounds about right.
It sounds like Jack. All right. And everyone else, who else is second watch?
I think just Delphia.
Me.
Just Delphia.
Me.
Just Delphia. Roll me a perception, please.
Okay. I also have a question. During my watch, I would like to inspect the Hydra.
Uh-huh. All right.
Like,
That's smart.
What are you looking for?
like from a scientific point of view. Like, I just want to learn more about my enemy.
Are they?
And if do Hydra have poison somewhere on them?
Generally, I mean,
No, they don't have like poison tails or anything.
Let's
Okay.
make it a nature check, I guess.
Okay. Ooh, nature.
Unless the ranger has a specific skill set.
No, I mean, well, survival maybe. I don't know, but I'm just jonesing for survival because that's my better one. But that's okay. Ooh, I rolled a 19, so that's a 19.
That's fair. What is it you might be
Nature's
looking
intelligence.
for?
So weird. Oh, I just
I mean, it's a
don't
monstrosity, so you get
know
a
if I
bonus,
could-
I would
yeah.
say.
right. I just want to learn if we handled it correctly. Gosh, I don't know how to say what I want to do, but I want to maybe see if the regeneration factor stopped entirely with death. Maybe see if how durable the hide is to try and see where a better place to have maybe stabbed this monster would have been. I just want to learn more information about the monster so that next time if it comes up, myself or us are better prepared.
There. You
Yeah.
you take some time and you sort of experimentally you take some of the wounds and you open them wider to see if you can see that like a bone structure. You start doing a fairly
Right.
thorough dissection, vivisection almost on this thing.
Yeah.
I mean you stop short of actually slicing its gullet open to see what kind of meal it is, because you figure it probably eats meat because it was attacking us.
Yeah, I don't want to stick up the place.
There are a number of interesting glands, I guess, that you're pretty sure don't exist in regular reptilians. Those you figure may have something to do with its regenerative quality. Um, it's you remember it growing after a certain amount of time, and one of the heads being disabled. Um, it almost ended up looking like a reaction or some sort of a neurological impulse, or maybe even a glandular impulse of some kind that caused it to spawn more heads, and so
Okay.
quickly at that. So it ended up being, it's you're figuring there's probably a lot of magic holding this thing together in that sense, but at the same
Yeah.
time it's already a pretty fearsome predator. So whatever magic's corrupted it over the centuries or eons that it's existed as a creature, has basically made it into a pretty powerful apex predator of its terrain because of these. You're kind of surmising that the heads themselves, it probably never sleeps, and
Oh,
it probably has, and you remembered, you're sort of just surmising, and you're sort of playing back the combat in your head, and how the heads were very reactive to anything that was around it.
Right.
You couldn't get the drop on it. There was no possible way of surprising it. You figure if I'm going to hunt one of these things again, I'll have to be really smart, and maybe even, and you look around even for any telltale signs of what it might actually, where its lair might be, or some kind of indicator
Yeah.
that kind of shows that it where it would live, or what kind of hunting ground it could, because the swamp is sort of generic. It's just sort of this large area of, there's nothing really that can pinpoint it as a thing. It's got a very large, I mean, it's a sizable beast anyways, but its lungs look very, very laden full of tissue, alveoli and things like that, that seem to allow it a lot of, you figure, probably able to either be aquatic, or at very least hold
Oh.
its breath for a really long time, just
Nice.
based on the sheer density of the tissue inside the lungs. You
Cool. Cool.
figure
That's
that the
awful.
hide itself, you could probably skin it, and you could probably make a pretty decent leather armor out of it, or even something a little bit tougher.
We've already got enough that we're carrying back, so
What?
keep that in mind. But
You want to carry 40 pounds of hydra skin?
We can do it.
I mean,
We
I
can do it.
do, but maybe how are these
It's going to
villagers
smell
feeling?
very
They
bad.
gotta start pulling their own weight.
There you go.
10 pounds each. Here, hold this.
No. That's wonderful.
is
That's what I really wanted to do. So I keep an eye out, but I'm also looking this hydra over.
Yeah, and you're also figuring it probably has, being a large, fairly apex predator, it's probably the king stomping lizard of the immediate area.
Right.
So it probably, if it's around, just is even in a physical form, other creatures are probably going to pause before they come near you, based solely on the fact that it's a visible thing. So once nature takes its course and the body itself starts to decompose, and you notice that whatever regenerative quality it seemed to instinctively have seem to stop at death. The wounds themselves aren't closing in any way. You were able to literally flay it open. So it's whatever kept it going, or kept it sort of regenerating in life, didn't follow through.
It's kaput. Okay.
It's kaput.
Good. And I rolled a 19 for, no, that was nature. I didn't roll
Your
perception.
perception, I think, was,
I don't know.
that's all right. Nothing else happened.
Well,
based
yeah,
on
okay.
that,
Okay, great.
based on the more or less your assumption that even the birds are having a bit of difficulty coming back to immediate area because you figure it's an opportunistic predator. It'll just bite anything.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Who's next?
Yeah. Who's next?
Okay, I go in Malik.
Hmm.
Hey Malik.
Hmm.
Hey Malik, I don't know how much longer we really want to camp here for. I think this thing is gonna start attracting carrion.
Carrions sometimes get eaten. Okay, you go to bed.
Okay.
I'm guessing you want some kind of perception roll for me.
Yep. Perception.
Ooh, 17.
Hey,
And so you sit there. You're kind of tuning your senses in, listening to all the primal sounds around you, staring at the slightly more desiccated or carved open Hydra corpse in front of you, sort of thing. Watching your companions rest, watching Rosenthal muttering under his breath. Everything is normal. Everything is peaceful.
That happens a lot.
Nothing wrong with any of this.
I just assumed that Rosenthal is talking to the Shield Maiden, so yeah,
It's entirely possible too.
that's fine.
And the villagers are all sort of huddled around each other. They're bleary-eyed.
Do
They
they
look
have?
more.
Do we have a fire going?
I want to say probably. Do you have a fire going?
Well, I would have tried, but it's been raining a lot.
if you
Good
wanted
thing
to
you
try,
woke
give
me
me a survival check.
We don't need that.
You need to if you want to have non-wet wood.
Yeah, I have a breath weapon.
yeah, but you don't want to use it right now. You
No,
just woke up from your
You're
long
still
rest.
not going to light wet wood,
It's true.
even with your breath weapon.
Depends on how long I'm able to sustain it.
Well,
That's
exactly.
true.
So, anybody who wants to start a fire, give me a survival check.
Okay.
Oh, sure. What the hell?
See how long this fire has been going for then.
We didn't. Start
There's no
the
fire.
fire.
No, we did not
21. I
start it.
started it
Okay.
before Delphia went on.
All right.
It was
so,
real
mean
embarrassing.
started
Plus
the fire?
4.
and it was always burning when Delphia was
Examining the Hydra.
Yeah. I can't even match it anymore. is it?
Well, yeah, we obviously
Apologies
take
to Billy
wood
Joel.
and pile it beside the fire to dry it out.
Apologies to Billy Joel. I just massacred his song worse than Delphia massacred the Hydra. Ooh. So there it is.
We did start the fire.
You did indeed start the fire.
We are
And you manage over the course of the night. It's not a great fire. It's kind of low. You have enough. At one point, you figure maybe we could sacrifice one of those tapestries.
No, we don't want to do that.
Dump some of the coins into a bigger sack and redistribute the sacks, and take one of the sacks off of Rosenthal's disc and stick it on the fire just as an extra sort of kindling, burning thing. And then you sort of see him looking at everyone almost paranoid with his bleary, bloodshot eyes, and you figure, no, I should probably just leave him alone.
No, you just take some of the wood and stack it beside the fire. That'll dry it out.
Also that, but it probably wouldn't take that. I mean, okay. You have a fire. It's not a great fire, but it is there. Because it's wet, and the ambient, everything is wet, so you have to climb up higher trees in order to get the drier branches. But you find enough, you build a fire.
So nothing happens during my watch
And
then.
nothing happens. You figure because there's a big ass Hydra sitting in front of you.
Yeah. That's what I was figuring.
Probably. And that's the last?
Yeah, that's the third watch.
Cool. Anyway. So most of the morning passes then, as you come to yourselves. Those of you who rested are rested. Those of you who were able to rest get your spell slots back, and half of your hit dice if you rolled any, if you had a short rest. And you're now midday. The sun is basically at its peak. The heat of the day is it's muggy now and oppressive, but it's still got that sort of little edge of not as warm as it could be if it was 2 months ago in the middle of summer.
Gross.
So now that you're entering the fall, it's not. It's the night was just a little bit crisp, and the afternoon or the morning was just a little bit less than full, grossly hot, but it's still hot.
Well, time to start moving.
Yeah.
So if you start moving, it's a survival check.
Yes.
Let's do this. Oh. Got 21.
Nice.
Good. We'll go with that. This die is being set aside. That's the second one tonight.
Oh,
Nice. Jill's getting full. All right.
16?
So Delphia, you're kind of discouraged from the previous day, and you're almost second guessing yourself. You're sort of I think it's this way, but yesterday I led us into a hydra, so
Yeah.
you're
pretty
kind of
much
I don't
just
want to have that
cursing the
again. So
swamp.
you're kind of second guessing all of the things, and you're looking at all the rocks like a second time. And you're like, okay, no, this is definitely not. I don't think this is the way anymore. And Zanelle kind of comes up, puts her hand on her shoulder, and is like,
Swamps.
that way.
Real close.
So you've
real
all set
close.
off.
All right. Fair. Yep. Fair.
Trudging tiredly, weariedly, and yet somewhat confidently that you're moving in the right direction. Is anyone keeping any particular watch?
yeah, I'm keeping my eye out.
Oh, your perception check.
Wah.
Yeah, I would imagine that Isa is. I just personally
8.
am looking through spells to see if there's any different spells I want.
Yeah, I'll do the same because
Nice.
I don't trust you.
I am looking for plants and herbs. That's because I trust everyone else around me.
So, for a survival check from you. And Dr. Rosenthal, give me a Arcana check at disadvantage.
Okay.
I got 11 on mine.
Isa rolled a 15 perception.
Nice.
19.
Cool. The two of
Rolled
you.
it.
Go. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I can wait my turn.
Okay. The two of you, as you're trudging along throughout the most of the rest of the day, you see in the distance. Which one rolled 19?
That would be
Malik.
Malik.
15?
And Isa was a 15, right? So Malik sort of looks up, nudges over, and you see his face. Look over, and you see it too, but it's actually quite hard to see. It kind of looks like just a floating log until it blinks,
That's not a log.
disappears under the water. But it's far enough away, and it's moving sort of diagonal to you that you decide, maybe we should probably just stick to the shallower water anyways, and you kind of tighten your grip on your weapons just in case. Keep a watch for a while, and you sort of circumnavigate around a little bit, but it never actually comes back in this direction to surface again towards you.
So it was casually interested.
It was just sort of floating, and maybe you scared it off. Who knows?
Okay.
Dr. Rosenthal, you rolled a
A dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Hey.
You're kicking ass.
I know. And then we're gonna get to combat, and I'm gonna roll like 3 ones in a row.
Nah, absolutely. You got
On the
this.
plus side, if we do enter combat, you don't have to roll anything to hit it with a magic missile.
Jump.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good spell.
You gave me jump already.
Oh, did I give you a jump? All right. So what was the one?
This one's
Give
super
me
jump.
jump and dispel.
Jump and dispel.
Identify would be cool.
Right.
I have identify. Just
Do you
don't
have that, Art?
have-
There was
I
that
just don't
one.
have it.
Right.
One other.
So you
One I
have it,
rolled.
but you don't have it.
You don't have it. You just sort of
I don't have it right now because I haven't slept.
That's fair. That's
Fair.
But this is
you can't-
normal, right?
Isn't
Like,
identify a ritual?
It can be.
I have it, but I don't have it.
Even as a ritual?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not in my spell book.
Hmm.
Yes,
I'm with
he
you.
does it because he's a
Right.
scribe mage.
Right.
False life was the other one, the first level one.
Oh.
Ooh.
I have no idea.
And
what it is.
Zanel, your survival check.
12.
12. You see some of the more common stuff. The St. John's wort, I think there's one called mugwort. And you see a couple of sort of little on drier hillocks. You can see a couple of not nightshade, belladonna, but nothing really cool, and nothing sort of super rare that you were hoping to maybe think. Oh, I know this is in the swamps, and these ones are only found in the swamp somewhere, but you're sort of looking for them. And like, well, I mean, belladonna.
Yeah, I'll get some of that and some mugwort.
You never know when you might need to, I don't know, kill a lycanthrope.
See, makes sense. You gotta have it stacked.
Mhm.
And the day day turns to afternoon, afternoon turns to evening, and the swamp starts getting shallower. There's a lot less, and it's a lot patchier. There's a lot larger pieces of dry land. You're emerging finally from the rush moors, and you figure you've probably got a day left, and if you pushed yourselves, you could probably make it by nightfall tomorrow.
Yay.
I'm gonna kick in the wagon journey sounds from Sirenscape.
Even though there's no wagon.
There's no wagon. It's fine.
Malik is just making them. Malik is just like making wagon sounds with his mouth.
I keep a lookout for those corpse flowers or the zombie lake. I don't want to run into those again, so I keep an eye out for those.
Definitely. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the bell emoji. Do you all want to make camp or just walk through the evening?
How far is it?
About a day, maybe.
No,
less.
we
If you
got
push.
it.
Yeah.
That's
we
what
got it.
I vote we walk.
I think we
Okay.
should walk. Look at
The
the
monk is like,
doctor,
"I'm not tired,
Marcos.
whatever."
The doctor is going to die if we can't get there soon.
Dr. Rosenthal, you're very glad that your feet aren't. I mean, as soon as Dr. Rosenthal leaves the swamp, he dries his feet off. But they continue to drag, so he's almost like half a zombie, really. His arms aren't even swinging that much. He's just sort of like carrying his books. But he's got his arms locked into his side and sort of there, so he's almost propping his arms with the book, reading,
Oh.
trying to place pages,
Okay,
not
My
paying attention. So
arms
every
are
now and then
insistent.
somebody has to sort of straighten him.
we'll walk through the night.
Yeah, I'll keep a hand on Rosenthal, kind of like not necessarily the scruff, just like the back of his shoulder, just to be like leading him in the one direction.
When the night starts getting dark, I'm going to move out, kind of not staying explicitly ahead of the group, but kind of circling around the group as we walk.
Okay.
I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I can see in the dark
All
a
right.
little. And
Maybe a perception check, please. And anyone else who's keeping a lookout while you're trudging along.
That's a 12.
Cool.
7.
Perception. Oh my god! What is wrong tonight?
Yeah, seriously, not good. I have
Get rid of them
not
now.
been rolling good.
I
That way
just
you
rolled.
you're gonna be
That's
good in
third one
combat.
in a row.
I just rolled a natural one myself. I can't see shit.
This is
7
awful.
over here.
Singlis is way too busy right now.
I got a 13 and I have a +6.
Nice.
It's not going good.
Good.
It's not going good.
Yeah, we all kind of did not.
No,
roll good on
13
that.
after the +6.
Oh, after the +6.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
that's,
got a
that's what
12.
I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
we all rolled below 10. Like,
I mean, that just means you're going to be really
No,
good when
no.
the combat comes.
No, I
Exactly.
rolled a 12 with a +0.
oh. Well,
So I was
yeah.
still higher. Good time.
Yeah.
Law of averages. At least one of us should have rolled higher than 10.
Well, you'll run into something eventually, whether or not you see it. I mean,
Singlis
Trudge
is saying,
through.
"Calm down, people in the chat."
and you
Calm down.
and let us move to
Which map? Which map?
maybe the campaign map.
I have no idea where that is. Campaign map. There we go.
Da-da-da.
There's a whole bunch of stuff X'd out here. I don't know what's going
Good
on.
map.
I don't even know what that's actually either, honestly.
Where are we going? Just gonna zoom this out a lot.
Let's go. Oop.
Cult of the Reptile God. That doesn't sound good.
I wonder where you were.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that doesn't
So
exist
we are going
anymore.
to be basically, you can see where the cult of the reptile god is, just above the little dragon that shouldn't be there.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you,
The
thank you,
little
Anna.
dragon that should be.
She was very thorough. Anne was in regards to making this map, but possibly a little too thorough. But draw a straight line left.
Did we change the map?
Oop, I don't think we have changed the map yet.
Okay, cool. Because I haven't seen that.
Let me
We
do
have
that.
changed the map yet on the thing.
I'm still on the.
Done.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
Done.
roll 20. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
we're
did
going
it for you
to
there, Mike.
Okay. Thank you.
we are
Got it.
going to Orlane.
We are going to basically draw a line straight to the west, and go all the way to the basically go to the left and all the way to the red line of the edge of the Rushmore. And so basically, Orlane is then just a straight shot to the north by northwest. Yep,
I
Right
see
there.
it.
just like that. You know, fantastic pink.
You're welcome.
Right there. There it is.
That's
So-
awesome.
And just drawing random things on the map. You are here. And you trudge along. You are now in forested-ish area. And at least one of you, Delphia, feels a lot more comfortable. This is very
Ugh.
confidence-making. This is terrain that you felt under your feet for years. You know the ins and outs. You can identify all kinds of things. This is sort of just bringing this surge, almost like a second wind of energy to you. And your party now moves at a significant faster pace because you're in your element, which shaves off a lot of travel time. So,
Yeah.
hooray for Rangers. You see the random birds that fly overhead, something with leathery wings, maybe, but it's too far away to see.
Nope.
and,
Don't like that.
and
Nope,
it
nope.
doesn't
Okay.
seem to come anywhere near to you. It seems to be flying sort of off and away. And
Great.
you hear
great.
bird noises. You hear in the woods. It's not a thick overgrowth of forest, but it's a forest nonetheless. You as Delphia, you may give me a survival check with advantage if I remember correctly, because you were in your
Okay.
element now. I have faith in these new days.
I do not.
I rolled a 1 and a 3. What is
Indeed.
wrong?
You're 200% better than you were.
What is wrong? So that's
2%
a whopping
improvement right there. That's
score.
amazing.
That's a whopping 7.
Well, it's
It's not a 1.
So
Yes.
Delphia like
Wow.
jumps through all of the terrain she's used to and leaps through and looks back and we're not there. Like
just
Oh,
like
where'd she
whoops.
go?
the whole the hills are alive thing. She's just there's this big massive turnaround and all those trees and everything. Hugs a tree and sings to the bird. There's no one there. It's just like,
We're
great,
all
I've
huddled
wandered off.
around the map. Like, where did she have us?
Where did she go? I don't understand.
We look up, she's gone. Like
Oh, right. I was with people.
Oh,
Shoot.
them. Ooh, I forgot the people. Yeah. So, bit of a misadventure later. You come out from behind a tree, and oh, there you guys are, and you still manage to get a decent amount of travel time in. To despite your over exuberance at the fact that you're no longer in a swamp, and you make it back to Orlane just as the sun sets. Or actually, no, sorry, you're traveling through the night. My mistake. The sun crests the morning once again. You're still not quite at the point where the rest of you would push into that fatigue level or the point of exhaustion. You're getting to that point though. Once the sun comes up is when you took your last long rest. So you make it there in enough time. But Rosenthal is still dog tired. But coming over a couple of crest hills, the trees themselves disperse or are a lot more sparse, giving way to farmland, giving way to rising crests, and you come over one final crest and you see a familiar village with a temple off to one side. Your destination,
That
the
We
village
did
of Orlane.
this.
Fantastic.
I'm
Um,
going
let's-
straight to the inn.
What do we do
And I'm
about
just gonna
Marcos?
I'm just gonna throw coins at the keeper, and then I'm gonna just go to bed. And nobody's gonna see him for at least 2 days.
Does your disc
find
come with
a
you? Just,
tree.
like
Yes.
10,000
Yeah.
gold worth of coins.
Before
He
we
can
go
go
in,
upstairs with me. So
before we go in the town, what do we do about Marcos though? Who's not allowed back in the town?
I'll just camp out here.
He's a big boy.
That seems dangerous.
I'm gonna go
I'll
see
be
the
fine.
mayor.
So we bring him with us then.
yeah.
No,
let's
I'm
bring him with us.
perfectly content to leave him there. He's a security guard. He can manage himself. I'm gonna go see the mayor though about it.
Yeah, you guys let me know
we
how
can
that goes. And I'm
put
gonna
in a
take
good
like
word.
a cat nap against a tree.
I am going to stay with Marcos.
I go in with Ismina.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in too.
I give some of the gold I have though to return to the villagers.
You guys are at the bottom, I guess, left of the map.
Are we in the city map now?
We're now the
Mike?
city map.
City map.
City map Orlane.
I will move everybody. Give me a second here.
Zooming out. Yeah.
La la la.
We are bottom left.
I'm going right for the inn. Like he's gonna
Sweet.
follow you all as far as you go, and then he's going straight for the inn.
And Rosenthal, for your own consciousness, you're almost being steered, Ratatouille style. Your head's sort of looking at the sigils in the book and everything is that you get that fatigue where your eyesight is blurred around the edges and you're sort of just trying to focus onto this other thing, and you're being, every now and then you have this slight pull against your hair and you're being steered.
Oh, I still get a hand on Rosenthal.
Are you, Malik, do you want to take the doctor and the merchants and townspeople that we have with us to Olwen and Belba's and then come meet us at the mayor's?
Yes.
Because also, like, lock the door. We don't want anybody coming in and taking all the gold that Rosenthal is going to pass out.
Yes.
And not watch,
Because he's not hiding it. Like, he doesn't understand.
No.
So, the two of you walk
It's great.
down and then north across the bridge. And Malik, you're actually quite amazed at the sake of the fact that this guy's been awake for like 3 days straight, and he's still walking a straight line.
Well, he's not.
I mean, he is.
I'm
Because you don't really have to. You've got your hand there just to sort of make sure, like, oh, this guy's going to fall over anytime, and I want to be right there to catch him. But he doesn't. He unerringly walks straight across the bridge, even though he's not even paying attention to where his feet, he trips and stumbles a little, and you reach out, you kind of grab him when his foot hits the bridge for the first time, but then he just walks across the bridge. And you're like, I should be
impressive.
I should be carrying this guy at this point, but he's just like, and just sort of just mumbling, and
he must have a high constitution score.
That's what it is.
Power of will.
Totally.
Yeah, I think it's the tough feat. That's what it is.
It's
Malik is like super impressed by Rosenthal.
Don't look at the face.
Killing stuff with like rocks. Like Rosenthal is basically fucking Batman.
I'm Batman.
That's
that's
the BB
comparison.
voice.
I'm Batman.
Where are the other drugs gone? No.
Why are you trying to kill me?
Just got us demonetized.
All right. And Izamina and Delphia go to.
We're gonna head over to the mayor's.
Place.
Hey, how much, Mike? How much gold do I think combined we brought back to this town?
Do you want to count it?
No, I just want to take a stab at how much Izamina thinks that we brought back.
Does Izamina know? Did everybody sort of share completely that I'm carrying this much? Or I'm just sort of stuffing stuff into a general. You got most of the coins, you think, but then a bunch of the coins that you stuffed into the other bag, and then the other bag ripped open.
Yeah, but as she was like sewing herself up, she watched people start shoving coins, and she's been walking near this floating disc of money for days.
A fair bit.
Like, for certain, instead of 99 bottles of beer on the wall, they were like estimating how many coins were on that floating disc as a way to pass time.
Quite a bit. You're not quite sure because there was gems, rough cut, and some cut gems. There was some jewelry. There were some valuable things like goblets and silverware and things like that. Household items, candelabras, various gold and or metallic shiny things. But the coins themselves, you figure. That's hard to say because that disc carries a lot, and a lot of it is basically just Rosenthal wasn't even paying attention to all the lumpy stuff because that stuff wouldn't balance well. It was all just piles and sacks of coins.
I'm asking because Isa is going to offer a significant chunk of it to the mayor.
Bribery?
No. It's theirs. It's not ours. It's theirs.
But you're giving it to the mayor, not to the town.
Yeah, Izamina's going to have
be
problems
distributed in the town. For sure. Like,
it's not going to go over well with
Rosenthal. No, I 100% can know that that is coming. Also, I do very distinctly remember saying that Isa would have grabbed any jewelry or anything that was like identifiable to bring back to specific people.
Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And if you focus on that specifically, because they're a lot easier to carry, let's face it, because they don't weigh as much as a big pile of whatever. So you grab the smaller jewelry, some of the gems. There was a fair number. There was about 26 gems that you managed to sort of identify as sort of, you want to keep them all in one place. That way it makes it a bit easier to distribute. 26 gems you counted, various sizes, various I mean, unless you're a gem cutter or possibly a criminal background.
Definitely not. And then the other thing Isa would have done before making it back to Orlane is she would have asked the merchants what they were missing, like if some of those gems belong to them or how much cash they were carrying, because that stuff should not be going back to the city. That stuff should be going back to the merchants. So she would have tried to do, as a leader over the 3 or 4 days that they were traveling, start to put together the math of what she was going to be able to offer back to the mayor minus the standard cut for the Amber Confessions standard rate.
The merchant, to his credit, over the course of the 3 days was he looked at the gems and jewelry with a certain level of covetousness, but was sort of a no. The people of this town need it more than me.
And she, like, insight check, does he seem like he's on the level?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Did he
Insight
actually
check.
say
No,
that?
do an insight check.
Oh.
Actually roll.
Did he actually say that, though?
Yes.
Because Malik will give him the ultimate side eye for that. Like,
Okay.
I know you're full of shit.
We need to recalibrate our understanding of what rolls are going to look like tonight based on what dice are doing. And I think it's important to know that Isa has a passive insight of 18.
Cool.
And my insight is +8.
Oh no.
Cool.
But I did get a 14, so
You're
that's
also very
not bad.
tired. You've been
Sure,
traveling
sure.
for 3 days. It's kind of tired.
Sure.
I don't know. He seems on the level.
Okay.
Maybe you just don't care to. I mean, if he's given up the coin, whatever. Sure, fine, whatever.
Okay, then I'm happy to go speak to the mayor with Delphia.
Yep. When you get there,
before you knock on the door.
The
Delphia is just like, Isa, I'm going to be your backup. Okay, you're going to do a lot of the talking. Okay, you're much better at it than I am.
Oh,
Okay.
But you're so kind and like people trust you.
I'll give the trust and thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I did speak to him before. I think he liked my speech last time. So
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
speech number 2. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have one.
Yes.
No, please, no, please.
Just go off the dome. It's gonna be beautiful.
You get there, the guard,
Improvise.
sort of an elderly fellow, sitting out, basically sort of whittling a piece of wood so that you can almost see basically like a dog or a horse head at one point of it, and he's sort of whittling at it, looks up and sees you, gets up, stretches a bit, sort of thing, raps on the door. Zach, they're back. And you hear a muffled and sometimes opens up the door, and Zacharias Ormond is standing there, sort of buttons up a waistcoat. Well, look at that. You are here. How
Of course.
How did you fare?
She is going to hold out several of like the necklaces and things that they found. We are alive. We bring back some of your citizens and some of the merchants, thank goodness.
Fantastic.
And we've come to return the goods that were stolen. And beyond that, the greater news is that we have defeated the threat that the city faced. And we feel confident that your citizenry are now safe from future harm from this.
Is that so?
Can we come in? We'd like to talk.
I mean, absolutely, please. And he ushers you in. Traver stands there and waits for you to go in and follows you behind.
Yeah, she's gonna go right to the table or desk or whatever is there and lay out anything that she would have thought was personally valuable. So jewelry, anything that had initials in it, anything like that, she's just gonna lay it out. This is the start of what we return to your people. As you know, I traveled with several companions, and I would like to speak with you about one in particular. But first, I think it's probably prudent that we finish up our business. So I'm not sure if you've heard of my people before, and she's going to flash her pen.
Give me an insight check.
Come on, dice can't suck all night.
You say that, and you just
16?
Oh, no, okay.
Good.
Yeah, you see a hint of recognition on his face. And almost a bit of puzzlement in a sense of you almost get the sense that he's waiting for something.
So I'm glad that you do know of my sisters and mentors. As you know, we provide services to people who need it to find the truth and then potentially deal with the consequences. So as I have mentioned, my friend and I, along with our other traveling companions, have killed the Serpent Queen, who was trying to set herself up as some sort of deity. It doesn't matter. We killed her. We've brought back a ton of the spoils and your people. So we do want you to know of the very serious threat. And you might want to do more of an inquiry in town. I wish I could stay and offer my services, but I'm going to be leaving shortly, within a day or two. However, you might want to do an inquiry because we have reason to suspect that there was maybe some people in town who were involved with that. Did you already, how familiar are you with what was going on down in the swamp?
Not overly familiar. I only know of the existence of all of this through passing and through word of mouth, as you know. I had some individuals come to me over the past couple of days professing their abject apologies for maltreatment of the other citizenry and hoping that amends could be made, which was mysterious enough, but I figured it probably had something to do with whatever you were doing.
I would caution you, sir, that we do have reason to believe that she held some power to control the minds of and to cause allegiance of people. And so before you exile or execute anyone, just be aware that they may not have had a full rational mind when they were working against their fellow citizens. I would hate for that to come in between the citizenry of this town.
Wise counsel. Thank you. You have done actually a tremendous service. And I have had cause to meet and engage with one of your sisters in time past. And I will definitely do so again and send word to them of your deeds this day. But where will you go now? Can we make an arrangement for another sister to come and oversee any legality that might arise from this?
I certainly can send a letter. That would be. Thank you. Yes, I will send a letter to make sure that somebody from the village can attend. I go to see my mentor, who was expecting me probably about now. Otherwise, I would stay and help you out any further. Can I ask which sister you've previously worked with? Maybe they'd be available.
You're gonna make me dig it up.
I am gonna make you dig it up. Of course I am.
It's written somewhere. Where is it? Oh, no, I don't.
I can hear birds right now. Can you guys hear birds?
No.
It must be on the map. It must be on the Roll20 map. Okay.
No, I can hear it.
Yeah, I think it's from Roll20.
It's the Roll20 map? Okay.
Yeah, because it actually tells me it's playing, but I have it muted on my end. I just have the Sirenscape playing. And I don't hear any birds from that.
All right, let me just see if I can find it. Talk amongst yourselves.
So what if the mayor just steals all this coin and doesn't give it back?
Oh, no.
Are we going to war with the mayor?
There are ways that we oversee it's going to be at least a couple days before the doctor comes too. So like it will all get distributed out well before the doctor wakes up. Don't worry.
Amazing.
Not all of it. The Amber Confession has their price. We will receive our fair pay, friends.
What's a fair pay though?
30%, straight up.
30. Ooh.
Shit's about to get real rough in the group, ladies and gentlemen. He just like trudged through the swamp, didn't sleep for 3 days, and his friends are
He's a hero to bring back these people all of their money.
That's not his intention, but
I can't wait.
being a wizard is very expensive, bros.
Yeah. Dr. Rosenthal's theory on it is your gratitude and like one silver piece still probably isn't going to get me a night at the inn.
He'll give some coin, but like most of that needs to go to paying for, expenses.
I feel like Marcos would give up his half to go to the doctor. That just seems right.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it for coin.
Yeah, he does it for vengeance or something.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Silence.
Okay.
Crickets.
No,
I feel
I
this
have plans
day,
for that money. That does not involve buying paper and ink.
It's okay, Mike. You can get it to me later.
No, that's okay. Damn it. I had it written down as damn. Your mentor.
That would be Win
When you're going to see
Cadell.
in Gurna.
Yeah, that's Win Cadell.
Yes. Her. I was just looking for my big mind map and I can't seem to find it.
Yeah, that's when. So Isa is just going to say, oh, that's conveniently, that's who I'm going to see. And should she release me or choose to come back, I would be happy to come back with her. And since you've had the pleasure of using our services before, you do understand the fee structure. So I will make sure that the remainder gets delivered. How would you like us to handle distribution? Do you want to let people know that they can come to us? Do you want to give me like a roster, a census of your town, and we'll divide it evenly? How would you like us to deal with the division of what we were able to return for your people?
The difficulty is we're not entirely sure who belongs to what, or what belongs to whom. To my recollection, there have been a number of caravans and a number of traveling merchants and such that have come through as well, that left town and never were seen from this town again. We're not entirely sure. I mean, if this has been going on for the greater part of a year, how much of this or what was found was actually part of this town.
Right. That certainly is a valid concern. And I appreciate you being so forthright. An amount of money as such as we're offering to return could do great things for this town. And I think even if it were not directly originally from here, I think could still do good things. So may I propose, I love Zeb's face right now so much. Might I propose, if there is somebody safe who we could leave a certain amount in trust with, I would propose, as is our way, our standard fee off the top, 30%, and then 30% of it be given to you to distribute amongst the townspeople, and then another 30% in trust for a year. And should anybody come looking to claim or reclaim what they have, they would be welcome to have it distributed from there. Otherwise, in a year's time, that remainder 30% could be split evenly between yourself and your town and my companions, who as of yet have taken no financial compensation from this matter.
So where does the last 10% go?
I think to the temple. It suffered the highest desecration, and it would do well there.
Make me a persuasion check.
All right, come on, dice.
So pissed.
And she get assistance before she
14?
Okay. 15. Well, this is a lot. We, especially once people started, I guess, coming around, we went about town and gathered a small amount of donation that we were going to give to you as a thank you for the efforts that you've given to this small village of ours. And he pulls out this small satchel, or a small sack, has coins in it, sounds like jingle of coins. But if you say you've got so much more, to the point where you're discussing large percentages, this is kind of awkward.
I so appreciate your generosity and the good nature of the people of Orlane. Put this money to use. There are a number of buildings. Maybe this could go to attract a new family to come into town. I will make sure that my associates receive their fair pay out of my compensation, out of my 30%. and I will come to town a year from now. And if of whatever remainder exists, they will also receive compensation out of that. But put this to good use within your own town. There are good people here who have been very, very kind to us, and we wish prosperity for you and your people.
Well, it's very noble of you.
Nobility has little to do with it. It is the right thing to do.
I'm just watching Seb grit his teeth.
Mutiny.
That being
3,
said,
2, 1.
All right.
that being said, there was someone in our party that is Amina, you mentioned, Marcos.
Mayor, I do have one further request. As this goodly amount and the goodwill of your citizenry shows, might I ask for one small favor?
You may ask.
In return for what we have done. I understand that when last we met, and we had brought the bishop of this snake deity back to town, he did face the justice that I'm sure we all believe that he deserved. It was carried out in a way that some found distasteful, and I deeply apologize for that. In no way did we mean to offend the customs of your people. However, the one who did that, I speak, of course, of our tiefling guard. He is a noble man, and he did nearly lose his life on multiple occasions trying to help us stop the Serpent Queen. If you would be so kind as to let him stay in town for the few days that we recuperate and distribute the goods that need distributing and get our merchant caravan back on its way, I would be personally indebted to you, sir.
Thanks for the bits, Art Hard. See you in a bit.
Woo-woo.
Get it? Bit?
Oh.
Wait, I got a sound for that. There we go.
Nobody can hear it, Steve. Only you heard that.
So, we need a persuasion check.
Advantage, because I'm standing behind her going like,
Nope. That would be advantage, but what you're asking for, so we're gonna make it a straight roll.
Nat 20
Nice.
for a 23.
Strokes his beard. We can let bygones be bygones. I'm sure your companion was, in his own zeal, doing what he felt to be the right thing. His manner leaves much to be desired, but his methods, well, you brought the priest to heal. He has not recovered the same way that some of the villagers did. So we have remanded him to the custody of the Kingsguard. The Black Lions came 2 days ago and took him away. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully he will get better help for whatever seems to have destroyed his mind.
Could you describe how he was at days of late?
The same as before when you brought him to us, raving about this the reptile goddess, raving about.
Perhaps she had done too much to his mind.
Mike, can I just ask, did Marcos not actually kill him?
He made his death saves, yes.
I thought you hit him
No,
with spare the
Steve.
dying.
No, I had left.
Oh,
I had
okay.
gone upstairs
But he made
to
his
go
death
cry.
save.
He made his death save. Okay.
I just let you think he died because you
Right.
left.
Well, I think in the hands
Light
of
the torch,
the
start with
Black
this house.
Lions is the best place for him to receive whatever further punishment or justice may be coming his way. Thank you. And I will not actually be sharing that he lives with my friend until after we leave town. Again, I don't know that would ease his heart. So if you could just not talk about it in front of him, that would be awesome. Is there anything else that we can do for you, sir?
I mean, if you can take me to the acquired goods, maybe I can pick out certain things. The best thought in my brain, my mind, would be to leave all of the keepsakes, anything that was brought, like these jewelry pieces. If there was anything else that was stolen from our townsfolk, have those things available for anyone or them or anyone else to claim, as you said, and perhaps just allowing you and your companions to leave with your haste, as you said that you need to leave with a certain amount of expediency to a monetary value as opposed to anything substantial over any what's the word I'm looking for? Heirloomish.
Of course. Yes, that certainly would be okay. We have the stuff locked and behind guard, as I'm sure that you can appreciate. Might we just have the day to rest, and I will meet with you this evening?
Indeed.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna grab the things that were of value to the people and take those with me. It's just for me to catalog. I would like to have a list to be able to share with my mentor if she is the one to be coming back.
Of course.
Thank you for your
He looks a
time.
bit
I appreciate it.
skeptical.
That's fine. I appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
He looks very skeptical.
And I'll have Delphia come with me, unless Delphia, there's anything else you'd like to speak to the mayor about? No?
No.
Then I will go back to where Marcos is kind of snoozing against a tree with Sanel, and I'll just grab his hand and say, come on, it's all better now, and take him to the inn.
Delphia just goes to the inn. That was
how
her
did
good.
you
That was
pull
her
that
good
off?
deed for the day.
When you do the right thing, people tend to understand and bring that back to you.
Makes sense
That's
to
great.
me.
Point me out of bed.
Back to the inn, and I'll sit down before I fully pass out. I would like to just sit down and chat with Olwen and Belba and just kind of catch them up on what had been going on.
Okay.
Marcos is going to eat and go and crash on a bed. Just boom.
Cool. And this, at that point, unless anyone else has anything specific to do? Anyone?
I was just gonna. I mean, I don't know how long Rosenthal is gonna sleep for. But he'll just put an alarm spell at the door before he goes to bed.
Malik was guarding that door.
Okay.
Yeah, but just in case they take you out.
That has happened in this town before. I think that's wise.
I mean, so
And
in
he's gonna let the disc go once he's inside. So.
any particular place you're gonna let it go, or you're just gonna like dispel it and let everything fall to the floor?
I don't know. Is it a room with 2 beds in it?
Yeah, we'll give you 2 beds.
Then he would try to navigate it onto the bed somehow.
So you basically
Put
sort of
the,
have the disc as close as you can get it to the surface of the bed, and then sort of
Stretch out the
Entirely.
blanket between the beds and then drop it in between and then roll it up like a. Put it on a
like a
stick.
big pile of Legos when you're a kid. And you just have all your Legos on a blanket, and you sort of fold up the blanket and tuck it in your closet. So, and yeah, you basically just let the disc go almost fatiguedly, and it sort of like feels like a wash over you, and all the a couple of coins fall off the bed and sort of roll around the room a bit, but for the most part, most everything is still on the bed.
Okay.
And you fold up the blanket, sit back on the opposite bed, and you feel this slight pressure on your forehead, sort of pushing you backwards. 2 little hands.
Go to sleep, little baby. Yeah, he's out.
Go. At that, if no one else has anything to do, it's a good time to take a break. So everybody go hydrate. See what
Also-
we can get up to.
We're going to be doing the draw.
Ooh.
And we
Some-
can level up during the break.
Yes.
I like that.
So the draw is going to be on for 15 minutes, so it should be running until we get back. So if you want to enter the draw, I'm going to start it right now for a 10 D20.
What do we type?
It will actually show in the chat,
Ooh,
or at least it should show in the chat
And-
soon.
5,000 bits, and I level everybody up.
Starting giveaway. There we go.
Just 5,000.
Yeah, just all you have to do is enter
Exclamation mark raffle.
exclamation part raffle. And we are going to go on break. So come back and hydrate and stuff. We'll be back in about 5 or 10. And we're out. we're back. And there's still a couple minutes left on that raffle, so tell everybody that you know about it.
Should I
'cause we
enter?
got 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. You're already getting one of them. Shh.
Don't tell them that. Makes it sound like
It says I can no longer enter the raffle.
Say what again?
you've already entered.
It told me I can no longer enter the raffle.
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
Is that Lodam trying to actually recruit people to
Well, there's
spend the
still
blitz in order to get you guys a level?
there's still 6 minutes left on it.
Noble.
Gotta
It's
love it.
weird.
I don't know.
Respect.
Maybe because I'm a mod, it won't let me do
Yeah,
it.
it might be.
So after I check in with Olwen and Belba and just kind of get the news of the day, I assume that probably everybody's going to bed, but I'm going to try to go find Malik.
Okay.
This is going to be a conversation.
So Malik, you are in the room with Rosenthal?
Malik is in the room with Rosenthal because he wants to
Okay.
keep an eye on the gold to make sure nobody like pops in one of them secret passages and starts helping themselves.
You'll remember. I mean, there's no secret patches in this one.
We're in the other hotel.
That's fine.
You're in the good place.
At this point, I don't trust anybody in this city.
Sure.
See what I did there? No one? Okay.
Hey,
No.
hey.
You're in the good place.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Season 1.
Okay. Fork.
That went right into my blind spot.
No,
Why
no,
can't I say fork?
no.
Don't care.
That's bullshit. All right.
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock.
At this point,
Malik.
he's not sure if he should open the door because the alarm thing is on it.
True.
It's fair.
Yes.
So I got the chance to speak with the mayor. Are you not gonna open the door? That's
Hey,
I
quick
mean,
question for Dr. Rosenthal.
I don't know if I can.
Did
Yeah.
who did you allow to cross the threshold?
Nobody.
You casted with Malik in the room?
I was tired. Okay.
That's fair.
I
That's true.
I thought he was gonna sleep. And
Yeah, you've
we
got
were gonna protect ourselves.
3 levels of
was-
exhaustion.
About
Okay.
to. And
I
somebody
had like
knocked
half
on the
my
door.
hit points.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
I must have cast Prestidigitation about 3,000 times in the last week. I am kaput. Out.
No, I've got nothing there.
absolutely.
You're all on your own. All right. Okay. Carry on.
All right. You're not gonna that. Okay, no, that's cool. That's
I don't
fine.
know if I can.
Like you don't know physically. Are you okay? Like you can't physically open the door?
There's a thing on the door. Rosenthal put it on it.
Oh. Isn't he in there with you?
Yeah.
Could he not take it off?
Probably.
It's fine.
not.
You know what? It's fine. Listen, that's more convenient that you're in there. You're good at math, right?
Yes.
So,
Great.
Mhm.
Malik, roll a perception check, please.
Yeah. Do I know what math is?
Oh, this is
Perception 11.
Okay.
It's above average.
This is my out so that Jacqueline doesn't kill me after we go off stream. Okay, so I was speaking with the mayor, and we've come to an agreement around how we can, because I'm sure you, like me, have concerns around getting the right stuff back to the right people and it not being
Everyone
Or-
in town evenly. Yes, I agree.
exactly. Yes, I would give you a hug right now if I could. So the door, I can't, the door. So here's what we've decided. My order takes 30%, and of course I'll pay all of you for your time and efforts in saving me and continuing on with that. So don't worry about that part. 30% will go back to the town. You see, the mayor was a bit concerned that not all of this actually belonged to them. It seems that maybe there was multiple caravans who had gone missing. And he has
Right.
some concerns that not all of this is theirs, which was refreshingly honest of him, considering he was kind of douchey the last time I met him, but it's fine. And then 30% is going to go into a trust that if somebody should come to town and say, oh, remember I was here, you know, in the spring and my merchant caravan got hijacked and I lost 500 gold or whatever, then they could be repaid out of that 30%. And then the remaining 10% is going to go to the temple because it was pretty significantly desecrated. So what I need you to do is I need you to take whatever you've got in there and separate it 30, 30, 30, 10.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
What?
You lost him at the first 30%. Really.
Are you not? Do you need help with that math? The doctor's
Oh.
smart. The doctor can help.
I don't think the math is the problem. We're going to distribute it amongst everyone evenly.
Yeah, amongst the people in the town, the 30% for the people in the town who that's what the mayor felt like was their piece. And then there's that 30% that's going to sit in trust for anybody else who might come to town who has legitimate claim. They will get their part out of that 30%. So you're right, it will get distributed evenly. The 30% that belongs to the town gets distributed evenly to the town, absolutely.
There's way too much percentages evenly amongst everyone.
I felt like that was pretty reasonable. I'm not really sure, like, you know what? I will come check with the doctor in a few hours when the doctor wakes up, and it's cool. Have a rest. I'll talk to the doctor about it later.
Yeah, at that point, Malik's probably going to crash.
Yeah. Isa just thinks that maybe Malik overestimated his math ability and he was just feeling a little bit intimidated, but didn't really want to say that because behavior's communication. So, you know, she's just going to like de-escalate the situation and come back to it later.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. It was 50% that and 50% of him going, that's way too much division. We're just going to give it to everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So, so she'll go to bed for 6-ish hours and wake up about 2 hours before she expects the mayor to come visit her.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything in particular?
Sleeping.
Cool.
Sleeping.
So the dawn comes. How many?
Dusk?
No. Or I guess dusk, technically. How many levels of exhaustion disappear?
That's an excellent question. How to get rid of exhaustion?
I think it's 1 for every long rest with food.
Yeah. Might just
Really?
be
Wow.
one.
They have
Okay.
plenty of food and clean water available. It only
Okay.
removes a single level of exhaustion.
Wow. Okay. Rosenthal is still a cranky bear.
Yeah.
This is
That's so
Not
great.
as
I'm
great.
so glad.
Can I not just keep sleeping, or do I like naturally wake up?
I mean, theoretically, you're supposed to have food.
I mean,
I
you
think-
can wake up long enough to eat and then you can go back to sleep.
I mean,
Yeah, I think we covered this in the chat. I sent a message. It was
He's
like,
a bear.
Rosenthal is basically in a small coma for the next 24 hours. It's fine.
and Malik, since you don't have a bed, because Rosenthal decided to dump 450 pounds of.
I'm a barbarian. I can sleep on the floor.
You wake up though in your usual cycle. You kind of stretch. You're like, it's the floor. It's whatever, and you kind of stretch, and Rowena is sort of sitting there, staring at you.
Hello.
She's sort of on the nightstand. And she's sort of sitting there, her legs are crossed.
Salted
She's
pork.
just sort of leaning on her elbows and staring at you. And sorry, what?
Salted pork.
What else you got?
That's pretty much it.
So, what you gonna do with all the
So
treasure?
we're going to divide it up amongst everyone in the town.
But does that mean that all the people will get equal amounts?
Yes.
What about you? You're a people in the town right now.
Well, I didn't say I
That
was
means-
excluded.
Okay. But what if there's too much and some people didn't give any? Like the mayor.
They are people in the town.
But what if he doesn't want any? Where does the excess go?
Back to the pile.
And then she vanishes. Yes, the laugh was there. She literally just started chortling at you, and then she just sort of like
Yeah, at that
fades and
point-
sort of like almost dissolves into pixie dust.
I'm gonna see if like the gold pile kind of looks the same. Like if she
Make me a perception check
teleported some of it to the Feywilds or some
with
shit. you
disadvantage.
know? Disadvantage?
With disadvantage.
Ooh.
She was very careful.
She's a people in the town.
That is an 8.
These are people.
I mean, it looks all the same.
Right.
Bags don't,
Oh
the
shit!
bags don't seem like they
30%'s
moved
gone.
anywhere.
Yeah, 30% of it's probably gone. It's like, all right.
Bags don't look like they moved anywhere.
All right. So he's gonna open the door and
Ding.
yeah.
And Rosenthal gets a. I mean,
Do
you're
I-
tired, but you're not. You're at that point where you're in a regular sleep pattern. Your REM sleep is starting up again. You're not like completely zoned out, and then your alarm spell goes off.
Has it not been 8 hours?
Yeah, you broke the seal.
Yeah, it's been more than 8 hours.
But the spell only lasts for 8 hours.
Wait, does it? I thought it was less than 8. Okay, my bad. Then nothing happened.
Do I hear
You
it?
opened the door. No,
Like, would,
you would
would
not.
I
hear it.
have heard it? No. Okay. So yeah, I open the door, close the door, lock it, go downstairs, grab 2 things of stew, some ale or whatever, and then I go back upstairs to make sure that Sleepy is fed.
If the rest of the group is up, I'm gonna bring them to the Malik Rosenthal room with me because it's gonna be all hands on deck for counting.
Sure.
Definitely join.
This is gonna be a conversation.
A great one.
Mike, you can just take your DM notes and set them aside
Nope,
for the
I've got it.
rest of tonight.
Yeah,
We're-
this is,
all-
this,
it's all-
We're not gonna
all-
need those.
this is gonna be
No.
some
There you go.
RP for the next hour.
No.
I mean, there were jugglers and dancing people, and
Yeah.
I just
But there's
have,
not anymore.
I just have
Save
the
it for
town
next week.
sounds playing in the background right now, so it's fine.
Love it.
Stuff we can
Um,
overhear.
Marcos, Zanel Delphia, would you mind coming? I could really use, there's math, so much math. I could really use some help.
Yeah.
I did not do too well with math
I can
Well,
count.
in my
then,
education.
then
Yeah.
just bagging and unbagging.
Uh,
I know you're good at that.
Ooh, is he though?
I'm going to treat
Hey.
it with the dignity it deserves and ignore it.
Was not being rude or sarcastic.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um,
Kind of had Izumi on the shoulder as I walked past. Just yeah.
she's got some new embroidery up, like the split of where the tabard is, like goes almost up to her knee, kind of riding up and around, telling the latest chapter of this story. And she's going to knock on Malik and Rosenthal's door.
I'm assuming I'm the only one that's awake.
Did you wake me up?
No.
I mean, you can make a perception check if you like Rosenthal.
Am I
Roll
at disadvantage? Oh, I'm
perception,
still at
smells stew.
disadvantage.
Yeah, Malik is considerate. Like, he brought the stew up and the tankard of ale. Then he left it
That's
beside the bed.
That's 2.
You know.
Dead to the world.
I'm still asleep. Unless somebody's like
Rolls tonight.
waking me up.
Unless somebody, like, kicks the bed. And, like,
Yeah.
moves it, like, 6 inches or something. Like,
Yeah, there's just like a puddle of drool.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. He's full on like mouth open puddle. Yeah.
It's disturbing. But accurate. Yes.
We're here to help with the math.
For distributing amongst everybody, yes.
Yeah.
And he'll open the door
Yeah.
So how are we distributing this?
evenly amongst everyone in the town.
Yeah, as I was explaining to Malik, and as Delphia sat with me through negotiations, although it was very simple actually, 30% will come for the effort that the Amber Confession provided, which of course will be divided evenly amongst us. 30% will go to the town, which will be evenly distributed amongst all of the people, as Malik has just said. 30% will be in trust in case, as the mayor decided, or as the mayor informed us, that there may have been merchants and other people who had left town who may show up who have a claim on some of it. So 30% is to be held in trust. And in a year, whatever it doesn't proven to have a legitimate claim will be split evenly amongst us and the town. And then 10% will go to the temple.
Is Amina's voice wake me up?
Yeah. You may give him another roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna nudge the bed that Rosenthal is on because it
Advantage.
feels like Rosenthal
That's a
should,
16.
yeah, Rosenthal should be part of this particular
You're noticing,
conversation.
Yeah.
you're starting to come to, you're the drool, that everything. You're kind of, everyone seems to be standing around you now.
He's just going to sit on the foot of the bed next to the doctor. Good
my
morning. Are you
question-
feeling better?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's
Oh.
one of those kind of larger beds that is like a fair
Oh.
chunk off the ground. So Malik literally just hip checked it.
Would lesser restoration restore?
Greater does.
I'm not
Weird,
that
that's
powerful
so
yet.
expensive.
Exhaustion.
That's so
Single
ridiculous.
level.
I don't have that yet.
You know, I agree with the money disbursement, except for that 30% for a trust, because I feel like anyone can come in off the road and be like, oh yeah, I'm missing gold. I got my wagon stolen by reptile people. I don't know. I just feel like word might get around
I'm
and
right
that
here.
people might.
You too?
A
You
trust?
too?
Yeah, the 30% in trust. My idea was that
Why would we put it in a trust? This
for
is
the people?
One
mine.
coin.
And he points to all the coin on the bed.
I
Wow.
stopped counting when he points to all that and put it back
Aw.
on the bed.
Marcos,
Ease
I
is gonna.
just go to stand at the window and look out. Look out the window
Marcos
and
is
just, like,
looking through the like stormy window, like in like a really shitty 90s music video.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best part of being a dungeon master, when your players just kind of take your
Marcos
over it.
is
You don't have to do nothing.
Marcos
in every
checking out. He's
REM
just like,
music
nope.
video of the early 90s.
Yeah.
Like the Kermit the Frog one when he's leaning against this rainy window.
So you're saying that he's losing his religion?
Nice.
Ooh.
Everyone in this room is getting hit with a divine smite.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everyone.
Tell me, Jen,
Um,
what could you use all this gold for? I mean, Do you think, are you going to carry it?
I
Continue
mean,
to carry it
I
around?
carried it all the way here. I could carry it
You
back
know?
to my home. I don't see the problem.
You're
It's
Well,
exhausted.
not
I
You barely
mean,
managed
coin.
to carry it here.
Knowledge is expensive. Do you think that it was cheap to get to where I am now? I've spent triple that just to before I had even met any of you. This is
oh my goodness, it's a lot of money.
yeah.
How,
Yeah.
but it's
What
not.
is doing?
It's not ours.
Why is it not ours?
Neither is the 30%.
What who claims who what was there a claim to this treasure trove before we trekked our asses through swamp and reptile
died.
shit to get it?
Would yeah, yes. It belonged to the people who
And
it
it-
belonged to.
Wait,
mean,
and
we
he'll
assume-
grab
yes.
a coin and he'll look at the coin and he'll be like, "There's no name on this."
Well, that's not how money works, though.
In
Uh,
Strahd, we
that
trust.
is-
What the?
I mean, it
In
could have been
Tempest.
lost. It could have been lost to the swamp too.
Some of it, not all of it.
Do we have proof that this money belongs to this town?
Theoretically, all the tapestries you left them behind, so they're already going to be lost to the swamp. Just throwing that out. there.
Well, we
Tapestries are in
definitely
the astral
have
sea somewhere.
we definitely have proof that at least one, potentially more caravans were disrupted, I guess we can say. And we do absolutely have proof that people in the town went missing and that they were paying allegiance tithes to Explictica. Yes, there is proof of that.
Okay, but it sounds a
They
lot
almost
like they
went and
did that
killed them.
willingly. So
No, she
feels a
controlled
little
people.
like this is free.
She-
I have to say I agree. I agree with the doctor. If they gave the money up, then they gave it to Explictica.
She's gonna,
So-
Isa's gonna lift her shirt up and just point at the stab wound. You, of all people, know how devious her mind control was. So I hope that you are not saying that you willingly gave me this souvenir of our trip through the swamp and reptile shit.
I most certainly did not.
Then
But I was
I
also
believe that
present.
you can have some empathy for the people who not only have lost their time, potentially their relatives, but also their goods. And we should do the right thing here. We will be
Can't be
handsomely.
playing the morality card when you might have killed some of those villagers.
As far as I'm concerned, I expressed my empathy for their tribulations by my part in slaying the one who oppressed them.
One would
I
assume.
Seems
really
like
don't
the
see
money
what further
matters more
obligation
than
I
the
have.
lives.
One would assume part of vengeance would be making sure that the pieces are put back where they came from.
But we don't know where they came from.
Marcos just turns around, looks at Malik, head tilted, and just, that's really not how we're taught it works. That's someone else's job.
Hey, level up. Thanks for the raid.
Thanks for the raid, level up.
Malik.
Right now, we're discussing
We're trying to
How to
figure out where our
properly
treasure's
distribute-
gonna go.
a town's money when some of us feel that you earned it, some feel that it should go back to the town, and some
We're haggling over percentages.
Yeah, we're trying to split the loot here.
Yeah, Dr. Rosenthal gets 100% of what's on the bed, and everything, all those coins y'all threw in your pockets is yours.
some of you carried quite a lot of coins back and haven't actually presented any of it yet. I'm just throwing that out there too.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I gave a good sum of the coins I had to Izza when she went in.
Yeah.
when I stayed with Marco. So I don't have any
Yeah.
more coins to give
Sure. Okay. Yep.
except for the stuff that I'm keeping.
Malik, I believe that you had a really great idea for, you're right, we can't prove which citizen had exactly which amount taken from them. You're right, Doctor, but Malik had a really great idea on how we could solve that problem.
Malik?
You're muted, friendo.
Everyone gets an equal amount.
That seems great to me.
Of the
One question.
30% that belongs to the town, everybody gets an equal amount. And of the
Same.
30% that
Of the pile that I trudged by myself
Which is about
across
Whoa.
Because
You
you're a
can't
hero.
say that because we were there. If you didn't have us, you wouldn't have made it back. If you, if,
tricks up my sleeve, but
if
I'll
you
give you
leave-
that. I'll give you that. I'm willing to share with the room, but I'm not willing to share with the city.
Just so
but
that
it
you're gonna knock on the door.
belongs to them.
Man, leave us alone. We're real.
Stir the pot.
I'll,
Stir
I'll
the
go,
pot.
I'll go and check the door.
It is in fact the mayor and his man at arms.
Are you gonna let him all the
I
way
just
in?
look at him for a second and go, "Oh, pleasure to see you again." And then I'm going to open the door, step back, and go back to the window.
Uh,
Try someone.
Lord Mayor, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. If you would be so kind as to give us a few minutes, we're just about to start taking count of what was brought back. I
Oh,
need accurate
Perfect.
records.
I'm here now. We can actually take note of it for the village treasury itself, and that way we can, as you discussed, allocate to individuals.
Only sound he can hear right now is the grinding of leather on leather of Malik just moving his wrists back and forth on the maul handle.
I've been thinking about what you said, and I took stock of the individuals. The thing is, only the ones that were corrupted by the this entity would have given any tithing to it or whatever it demanded of them. And well, quite frankly, there are only 4 families in town that came to me and said they felt the heaviness of their brain fog or whatever it was, their ensorceling lift a couple of days ago. I've spoken to everyone else in the village, and no one else has felt that.
So
And no other families have returned. The innkeeper and his wife of the Golden Grain have not returned.
So, and she's just gonna point to the fucking massive pile of gold and coins and shit that's behind her. Where do you think that all of this came from?
When he sort of looks at it, do you mind? It kind of grabs a bag and sort of dumps it out and sees like there's a couple of goblets and there's some silverware and such. I honestly, I've been, as a mayor, a guest in most, if not everyone's houses in this village at one point or another over the past decade, 2 decades that we've all been living. None of this looks familiar, quite frankly.
So a lot of this is probably coming from
Perhaps, and
caravans.
this is not this is a farming village. We farm apples, we farm livestock. It is not. This is a lot of wealth. I am staggered by the sheer amount of money on this bed right now. This is not anywhere close to the amount of money that would have been possibly held by anyone in this town.
So what you're saying is if we were to give you this money, it would disrupt your economy And then your city would then crumble to dust by the pillaging and the brutal sacking that would occur as soon as word let out. So we should
I-
take this.
Or
Wait,
are
I
you
mean-
saying
city.
this doesn't even belong to your
That
city?
sounds dramatic.
I
Personally, I
think
can think
what
of any.
he's saying is this doesn't belong to the city.
So this is not who we need to return this coin to.
There's an. I mean, and you're looking
Then
at
we have
a
a quest
significant
for the
pile
next
of
18
silver, a
levels.
significant pile of gold. There's enough gold here to live like a king.
Or
For a
6
long time.
kings, as the case
Or
may be.
scholar.
When he says that, Marcos, there's just a split second of just a look of just contempt and disgust.
So your regular face then.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
much worse. Much worse. It looks like someone
Twist
like
into something
it-
horrible instead of mildly
yeah.
annoyed.
So I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if I can tell if this is just his regular face or if this is like
Um,
And a 3. No, I can't.
and a 7.
So-
no. All right.
how
I
How-
spoke to the families, to the best of their knowledge, with donation to the temple, possibly acquiring another priest of Mirica. It's conservatively or even just extravagantly 500 gold pieces would be more than what this what is remaining of the families that are left would have given.
and how much is here, Mike?
A lot.
A lot
Is
more than
there
500.
is there a bag that would appear to hold 500 gold pieces?
Yeah, it was the bag you're holding. Somebody broke it.
There were a lot more than 500 pieces of gold in the bag of holding.
There
Couple of
were.
magical items.
That's why there's less coin on the bed than there would have been otherwise. But that's okay.
Well,
No,
How much
you
is
know,
on the bed?
The coin that was in the bag of holding would never have ended up on the bed.
There's interspersed among a very large pile. Most of it is silver. A significant pile of it is silver, easily more than half of it. There are copper. There are some gold, and even some platinum pieces. And that's just in the coin value alone. There are also gems. There's also jewelry, knickknacks, and goblets and other bejeweled things like the bone dagger, or the bone handle dagger, rather, things like that.
Dagger.
So
did not radiate
definitely
magic.
more than 500 gold.
Is
Like
the
what
dagger?
is
Significantly more than 500.
okay?
I thought Malik took the dagger.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
But there was all the just random bunch of stuff as well as piles of coin.
Yeah, I think we probably also would have taken the platinum pieces amongst ourselves as opposed to
Say
like,
that.
That's true. So it's just in a big pile.
I'm gonna go back to counting as everyone talks.
So
Yeah, I started
So-
to separate. I didn't realize it was all a jumble of everything. I thought it was
you feel
mostly
that
gold.
500 gold would be adequate to pay your citizenry for what was
If you
what
were
was-
to leave, I can't even wrap my head around 1,000 gold pieces. That would allow for anyone of the 4 families that are left that would have given any of their own belongings. I mean, if you have any personal looking items, maybe they can have a look at them and see if they identify them. They're generally honest folk; they'll tell you. And to get repairs done to any buildings that were damaged, and possibly to gain some measure of progress or rehabilitation to the temple and to the village to get some more people here. 1,000 gold would be more than enough. That would even put money into coffers for a future festival or a hard winter next year, or even the year after, or the year after that. This is a tremendous amount of money.
What do you
And-
say, Doctor? Can we spare 1,000 gold for these souls?
It really sounded like he only needed 500.
I'm just
thousand-
Okay,
thinking-
come on. 1,000 is not bad.
A-
Compromise at
1,000 is a
600.
lot.
I still believe that we should find the
Doctor?
rightful owners of
Mhm.
all this
Yes.
Yeah.
coin.
That's
Doctor,
going to be
clearly
our
not
prize
also
for
here.
the
compromise at
16 levels.
600.
No, there's no compromise at 600. It's 1,000.
19. I've lost
1,000?
Have any
points.
of you seen 1,000 gold before in your lives?
Yes.
Malik points at the
I
bed.
have.
Yes.
Yeah, now let's point.
I agree with Malik right
Is,
there.
is there really ever a reason to have this much wealth unless you're going to use it?
Well, that is the
Ex-
point. You would use it.
Yeah.
They
It
are.
kind of sounds like he's just going to keep the other 500 and claim that he's going to give it to other
That-
people.
Doctor, what are you going to use it for?
Trickle down economics, yes.
Knowledge. is
What knowledge
expensive.
do you need that cost all
And
this
he
coin?
shows this is of course this seems naive, but he just shows you his spell book as if that's the answer. Like
Doctor,
You know,
didn't you
Didn't you
books
find
were
free
not-
find
pages on
another
the
one
ground?
of those?
An encyclopedia?
You
find
found
another one.
You found pages on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. But I need coin to learn these things. I don't just magically poof know what it is as soon as
And-
I have it.
And of course, you will receive your coin. Mayor, absolutely. I think 1,000 sounds reasonable. And along with
Disagree.
all of the identifiable goods, I'm just going to shoot Rosenthal like a dirty look.
Both of you make a persuasion check.
Boy.
Falls, fails,
Is there like
just
a
rock, paper, scissors,
peacekeeper
for
roll
it.
I can
Yeah.
How
Older
much-
person cheers.
Mike, how much coin did we all carry? Like,
Well, both Malik and Marcos both said they were going to carry about 100 pounds worth of stuff.
Mhm.
Yes.
And as far as I know, at least through the conversation of the previous hour or so, neither one of them said they were putting it on the bed.
We did not.
Yeah, no, I
The
have
only thing that's on the
plans.
bed right now is just what Rosenthal brought.
So
okay,
he
so
is angry for a reason.
Yeah, as,
which is
as
fair.
an-
Which is
Give it
fair.
away,
He is
Rosenthal's
fairly
goal.
upset.
as an
Yes.
as
Yeah.
an out of game thing, that's what Malik's point was. Like he's keeping this money aside for the party, but everything else, like the big pile, well, yeah, we can separate that amongst peoples or something.
I would like to know how much gold I have.
How much did you bring? How much did
Like,
you
I
carry?
as much as I could have carried is how much
Okay.
I put in because I didn't
Okay.
grab anything extra.
Just give us a number, Mike.
What is your strength?
35,000
Plus 0.
Plus 0. So you like what, a strength of 10?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to carry a lot, especially if you're trudging for long distance. I would imagine probably 50 pounds worth of something. But that would end up being, I don't know if you've ever carried a 50-pound weight plate and stuck it on your back and walked for 3 days through a swamp.
I would have dragged. Yeah.
100 pounds of gold. I mean, assuming it was gold, which we know it wasn't, is like
Is-
5K.
Yeah.
As Lodame just told us in chat. Thank you, Lodame. So 50 would be 2.5. Even if most of that was silver, it'd still be like 1,000 gold worth.
I mean, if you carried, say, 50 pounds of silver pieces, that's 2,500, 2,500 coins, yes?
Yeah.
Which would be 250 gold.
Zanelle has the spirit arms, though. She could just put it on,
Like,
hang
six
the bags on some of those
Which-
for a while and just,
Um,
yeah, it's fine.
Everything
stopped
on the
using
disc
strength.
is everything Rosenthal has. So like you guys are just divvying up
Divvying
what
up.
he brought.
Rosenthal.
No,
I'm
no, no.
not- I'm
Isa,
not touching your stuff.
Isa
Everything that
is-
was on the disc was everything that Rosenthal took. Like he didn't have any room on his person. He maybe grabbed like 10 or 20 gold, but like
right.
the point was to put it on the disc so that he didn't have to have it on himself. So he's
Isa-
upset because everyone is like giving up the stuff that he specifically
that he
took.
brought.
Yeah, exactly. So
Isa is going to take the pouch that Zanel gave and the pouch that she had filled and all the like identifiable jewelry and stuff and put it into the pile. Just dump out the coin amounts because, yep, that's
Not-
what we're doing.
I take the rest of the coin from my pockets and put it on the pile.
And
So
I'm going to
everything I
give
got is there. now.
Marcos and Malik
Yeah,
and
I'll add mine to the pile.
Delphia a look. Marcos. Ma-
I take one pouch.
Nice.
I take half of what I took. So 50 pounds
Cool.
and put it there.
Are you trying to be deceitful that you're not putting it all
this
on
is
there?
just one.
Doesn't
This
seem
is
very
monthly
vengeance-y.
here.
Is that everything you took?
There it is.
I have plans.
That's not fair, though.
That's also not an
If
answer.
if everyone put everything down, you should put everything down too. As the doctor already
I
doesn't like
don't-
the fact that all his is out.
Well, I can see the
Mm.
doctor's argument, and I think the doctor has a valid point that none of us have the right to arbitrarily be telling the doctor what to do with the money that he.
She's just gonna mom look Marcos and point at the stab wound again.
I mean, Izamina has a point. We should divvy it up in a percentage, right? Percentage on how much someone contributed to the combat.
I think
how much someone
I
was
think-
unconscious.
I'd just
no.
be happy if I can keep my booth.
I like your idea of distributing equally. Marcos, I believe that you still have some there that could be distributed fairly.
I think
The
If
way I
you-
see it, we've all done our obligation and duty.
okay, I think if you want to act as an individual, then you do not need to be a part of the party then. So you may take your bag of coin, but you will have to leave. As we all did this together, and if majority is saying we're going this way, why are you fighting it? You
I
will
just
get
raised an
coin in the
eyebrow,
end.
look at the doctor. Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
feels like a lot of being told what to do with our gold and not a lot of talking about what to do with the gold, don't you think?
Well,
All
we're
I know
trying
is that
to.
part of my plan involved getting a gift for the person I stabbed while under the influence. But I mean, if I'm not going
Wow,
to
that
have
was
any money
passive-aggressive.
to afford that, then
That sounds
But
like
she has a
manipulation
tabard.
to
You don't
me.
need to-
I-
yeah,
I
to-
appreciate the
Sure.
sentiment, friend, but I don't need a gift. I need for this to be handled appropriately.
And the fact that you will keep the coin and claim it's a gift for her says you do not know her, even though we spent this time and you've stabbed her. Manipulation is not the way to go. Everyone will get their coin, as Izamina has stated, as Malik has stated, as everyone has stated. You will get your coin, both Marcos and the doctor. But not all the coin
Hey, I'm not
deserves to be here.
manipulating anybody here, okay? I'm just telling you
Majority
what I'm
you would-
feeling.
I'm just calling you on the last part that you will get paid for your,
You're over here
what you
telling me I'm
did.
manipulative. I'm not
The
trying to
manipulation.
manipulate anybody. I'm trying
No,
to have a
and
decent
Just for
conversation
Marcos.
about what to do with the gold. I understand you're frustrated, and I understand that people have gotten stabbed. I mean, we're all very tired and we're all very upset. Perhaps maybe we need to think about this, take some time.
the
We can-
doctor has made the valid argument that because he carried all of the money that came off that disc out of the swamp, that he deserves the right to have a significant say in how it is expended and distributed.
But the
As she
doctor could not.
protected the doctor to
By
carry
that argument, I would argue that each of us who has carried money that we earned in combat and blood has a right to make a decision for ourselves as individuals capable of individual reason and determination, giving a look to Izamina, has the right to use our judgment to determine what we wish to do with the burden, with the fruit of our immediate labors.
And you shall when we divvy it up and you get your coin. Right now, you are holding back and stealing from the rest of us. We will put the money all in there. We will divvy it up, and then you can have a say what you want to do with your coin.
And
I'm earning stuff. You know, you stabbed Izamina. If we hadn't been there to knock the crap out of you and bring you back to reality, you would still be down there with her on your pile of gold.
And Doc, I deeply appreciate that you were able to use your knowledge and gift to return the vast majority of what is here. But you would not have been able to reach this amount, nor would you have been able to return it for your own wallet without the support of everybody. We did this together and we should finish it together. If we decide to split what is left and
Sure,
go
absolutely.
our own
And
ways,
I'll let you finish. All I'm saying is that it feels a lot like you're telling us how to divvy up the gold without actually speaking to us as a group. And I feel like that would have went over a lot better. Like this whole conversation would have been a lot better if we'd actually talked about this first before, you know, giving our gold away after we all labored so hard to receive it.
but it's not our gold. It's not our gold.
And it's
Why
not,
is it not
it's not
ours?
the town's gold
If
either.
I may,
Sorry, we woke you.
as I
Doctor.
explained, the townsfolk are not rich here. None of it is our gold. Anything that would have been given by the townsfolk would have been incidental purchases or possible small amounts of coin or knickknacks or keepsakes, like maybe, I don't know, maybe that goblet. I don't know if anyone actually in town owns that or not, or if it belongs to any of the families that never returned. But it's safe to say that none of the coin is probably, or very, very little of the coin would belong to anyone in the town. It would be nice to have to rebuild some of it, anyways, a small amount of it. And my gesture for the 1,000 was a grandiose one. 500 is plenty. In terms of rebuilding, possibly finding another priest for the temple, repairs to the temple, and possibly squirreling some away for a harsh winter so some of the families don't starve. The rest is yours.
It's still not ours. There are people who this coin belongs to. We're just in the wrong place.
And they're not here. So what's the problem with us carrying?
Well, you said you killed cultists. How much of it was theirs?
No idea.
And who
We
would
didn't
possibly
exactly
claim it?
stop to ask.
The gold also might belong, or coin might also belong to dead people now.
How much of it belonged to the creature herself?
And some of it, none of it belonged to her. She used her powers to connive it from others, but
You know that?
some of
Did she wear a crown? Maybe the crown was her. I don't know. Throwing that out.
I
there.
have it on
Maybe she was
quite
like a dragon.
good.
She just had money.
I have it on quite good authority that she was able to convince people to do things that they wouldn't otherwise do. So I have very little faith that any of it was hers, but but importantly, I do think that 1,000 is fair. And if I pay it out of mine, then so be it. The town will receive 1,000 because at the very least, it will go to maybe attracting new families to replace those that were lost in this incident. I promise you, Mayor, that you will receive 1,000 that can be distributed amongst
Take
the
it
town.
out of that, and I jerk my chin at the heavy pouch that I had deposited with half of the 100+ pounds that I've been carrying.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I will see it delivered to you, along with all of the jewelry and things for people to inspect if they need to find out what is theirs that can be reasonably returned to them.
The average person, when given a tremendous amount, I mean, the bed doctor is not wrong. The economy, if you had come in here with an individual and then they were spending money hand over fist, would disrupt. The town doesn't have, we're a small village. We don't have enough infrastructure to support someone with the wealth of a king to come in and start buying everything. It's a microcosm. It's a small community, and it works within itself because everyone's income level is approximate and not overly grandiose. I mean, you find people in cities and in the larger kingdoms for that sort of wealth and affluence. 500 is plenty, and if you want to take the rest and you do whatever you want with it, it's not our concern. And quite frankly, the townspeople will be given and compensated to the point where they will have what they gave up given back to them, provided, of course, I assume they're honest. There's no way to really tell. But beyond that, they don't need
That's
to
not
know
true.
the rest of it, because greed corrupts, as I am now witnessing.
Giza is going to turn bright pink and just look so embarrassed.
So I will take, as a representative, and Izamina can send her orders representative the moment she gets word to them for honest distribution of this money. Anything that looks vaguely like a keepsake and a small amount of coin to compensate any who might have lost things. Is this everything that was stolen?
It is everything that we could carry out of
So
the...
there's some still left. So there could be things that were left behind that were of value. Who knows? The point
Yes,
being,
most definitely, but they I mean there were some silks that were not looking very good being in a swamp, and there were some tapestries that were also not looking very good being
so
in
this
a
has
swamp.
been happening for more than a year. Who knows how many people were corrupted or destroyed by this cult? To put this village back to rights would not take a tremendous effort, but the extra money, in order to do so and be right by people, would be appreciated. So I will take the things that look like they might belong to someone, a small amount of gold, or not a small amount of gold. 500 is a tremendous amount of gold, and the rest is yours to do with as you please. And anything that is not claimed immediately by any villagers here in town of the knickknacks, we will then put into trust and either put aside to sell and benefit the village as a whole, or return to you if you can give you as a gift when you return again.
Your Your wisdom and
Nothing
counsel
still.
is much appreciated. Thank you.
I'll collect all the knickknack and stuff to give to him, and I give him the goggles that I was given,
What are
as
those?
they aren't mine. These were found as well down there.
What are they?
Goggles.
I know. Roll's blowing a gasket.
Hey, that's hers. Whatever she wants to do with her own stuff, right? He's gonna pick up the stew before it gets too cold, and he's gonna start eating the stew.
Yeah, I got that for you.
Grumble munching is stew.
Rebel munching.
Yeah.
The
I don't-
Grumble Munch.
I mean, those don't look like they would belong to anyone in the village.
But we're not certain. If no one claims
I'm
them, then
fairly
I
certain
would.
I know the members of this village, and no one has ever shown me to be wearing a pair of goggles.
Not
If
a lot
I
of
look at-
steampunks in this village. Is what you're saying.
If I inspect, is there anything on here that can tell me who they belong to? Because I never did that.
Make an investigation check.
A tag on the inside of the strap. Right?
Yeah, you know, somebody like
Yeah.
put their initials, like it's all good.
Property of
Oh,
fine.
it's investigation. 17.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Just on the inside, sort of on the inside, just where the lens meets the frame, sort of thing. You see a very, very tiny, almost italicized sort of little script, and there's a pair GG.
There's nobody here with the name initials GG.
GG. No.
Would I know anybody with the initials GG that's powerful?
That's powerful.
That would have something like this? Like, this is
Well,
not,
Same
this is not an everyday
actually.
thing. Would I have known in any of my research or learning about
Sure. Give me a history check.
people?
Oh, history check.
Flip
Anyone who
over
wants
the
to-
strap and like Sharpie. There's like Tiamat. What the?
What?
Natural 20 for a 22.
Property?
Natural 20.
Wow.
2 natural 20s.
9.
Delphia does not check her boots. She just really hopes that everyone will forget about them.
GG. No one in your circles.
Okay.
They're very unique looking. They're very like Steve the player said, almost steampunky in a way. They almost have a certain level of technology to them in a way. But
Artificers confirmed.
yep. But not there's nothing
Oh no.
nothing in your immediate circles, and you don't have any recollection of any artificers, let alone anyone who would have a specific initials of GG.
Okay. If you ever come across somebody with the initials GG, please
Absolutely.
let
Well,
me know.
so now, if I may, we're
Yes.
going to be traveling around quite a bit. We're going to be presumably on the move. Arguably, we might stand a better chance of coming across the trail of whoever left these goggles behind than, with all due respect, Mr. Mayor, the odds of that individual, if they still live, wandering into the town of Orlais.
We've had
Ye-
many people come through this town. It could be anyone. In fact, the sooner you get word to your cohort to come here and to help distribute this wealth, the quicker and more at ease I think everyone in this town would be.
I understand. Absolutely. I will head to Gorna immediately.
Good.
I
Good.
will hold the goggles, but I will be back. If you find someone with the initials GG, please take note.
I will. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you need horses?
Yes. Yes, we do.
That would be greatly appreciated if there are some to be hired.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure we can spare some horses. So you'll be leaving today?
Damn. I'm back.
I think
I'm not
She's gonna take a whole
sure
day
if
to
we're
count
ready
this out.
tonight to leave. It's getting dusk. But
Isamina's passive insight is 18.
18.
Yeah, you see the almost imperceptible wash of disappointment on his face, which he covers. Very professional, very political individual, but you see this just a slight wash of fuck, they're here for another day.
In like he's nervous about us being here.
No, it's more
or...
of like it's almost
he wants to be rid of us.
He's just like, please just leave my town. Please get
He's just
out.
nervous. We just bring chaos with us, so
Please just take your money and leave.
Without us in town, there's 100% less people that involve like peeing on robes and stuff. So
That's true. That's true.
I assure you, sir, we will be causing no more strife in your town, and we will leave as soon as we are healed and ready to go.
Anything I can do to help with that, you just let me know.
Thank you.
to help expedite your stay.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out. Get out.
Get out.
She's just going to hand him the bag with like the jewelry, anything that was identifiable. I assume that what I saw there was like Delphia and Zanel counting through gold.
Yeah.
I was separating literally gold from silver from copper into separate piles. I wasn't
Okay.
counting just
I
yet,
counted
yeah.
it for 1,000 gold. That's what I
Thanks.
was giving them.
Thanks for the raid, Fateful Encounters.
Hey.
He insists on only taking 500.
I give him the pouch and I don't accept anything else from him.
Very well. He takes it by your leave. I will actually prepare the horses. I will make sure the horses are ready for you. And he tells, what's his name? Sorry, I missed the name. Where did I put the name?
Are you talking about the mayor, Zachary?
His name is Zach. Is Trevor. Sorry. Come on, Trevor. Let's find some horses. And the two of them, by your leave, thank you again for all that you've done for this village. And he turns and shuts the door behind him. And you hear them bump, 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 bump down the stairs.
Just gonna reach out, take my lightened sack that I had put in, and hook it back on my belt.
Well,
So you guys are counting. There's a lot.
um,
That's that.
Delphia does that for probably the rest of the day.
Okay.
Honestly, as long as it takes to get this money sorted and dealt with so people can not argue with it anymore.
Yeah, tell us how rich we are.
Of the monetary value that, I mean, is anyone adding anything else to the pile?
I just took coin and I put it all in the pile.
Okay. Anyone else adding anything else to the pile?
Marcus, you're really not going to put that other pouch on there?
Crickets.
I gave
Somebody-
you
Took his other one
pouch
back.
Somebody's gonna get
because
the
I
bottom
said
look.
I said they could take all the money for like the actual direct payment for the town repairs out of that bag. So I'm assuming it was already light and
No,
before
but
I
like
picked it up.
you
said
have
you had
two
100
pouches.
pounds. You have 2 pouches.
Yes. Yes.
You're not putting the other pouch in the big pile to be split evenly.
If it's being split evenly among the party, then I will. If it's
Okay,
being split evenly
that's all I'm
among,
wondering, yeah.
among the townsfolk, I won't because I've done my
No.
duty to the townsfolk.
No, townsfolk has left.
Good. Okay.
As far as he's
yeah,
concerned, he's not coming back for anything.
both pouches go on the pile.
All right. Total amount 4,500 copper pieces.
Woo!
7,500 silver pieces. Minus the 1,000 that you gave out. 2,200
That's fine.
gold pieces.
It's perfectly fine.
5,000 platinum pieces.
5,000 platinum? There was more platinum
Oh,
than
sorry,
anything
excuse me.
else?
500. My mistake.
Oh,
I was just
okay.
adding in my brain.
That sounded better. That sounded better.
Yeah, no wonder we were gonna ruin their economy if we dropped this on them.
Yeah, right.
Shit.
Everyone
Here's all this
has a
platinum.
platinum piece. Welcome.
25 gems.
Any
How many
diamonds?
diamonds. Yeah.
3 diamonds of that.
Ooh.
And how much are they worth?
Are you a
No.
appraiser?
No.
They're pretty.
I was just curious so that you don't have to when
Oh,
we
I know,
get to
I know
Gorna,
exactly how much they are.
okay, because I just don't want you to have to go searching through your records in
No,
3
they're right in front of
episodes.
me. Yep, no,
There you
I know
go.
exactly how much they are, and they're pretty. Unless, of course, you
Okay.
have appraisal or have a criminal
I do.
background.
Nope.
Somebody
Lodane
has-
just put in Lodane just put in the chat 5,000 platinum pieces. He said it. I heard it.
Quiet, you.
Appraisal said it's
might be a second
canon.
or third
Quiet,
edition
you.
thing.
He's a
right.
witness.
So
I don't even know how you would go about appraising something in third edition or fifth edition. It's not a fifth edition thing.
I know there was a pants maker, but is there like a jeweler or something in the city or
there's a
something
money lender.
along those lines? They
You're
might
not
be able
going
to.
to a money lender.
If anything, we're lending them money. Let's be honest.
We will go to, we can
And,
go to the next town. We could go to Gorna and we could get the jewels.
10
appraised
pieces
in
of
Gorna.
jewelry, basically 2 rings, 3 necklaces, a small silver tiara.
Yeah, is there a pawn shop? Lodane just asked.
And then
Like
Check.
Rowena
bracelets.
small?
Sorry?
Like Rowena small tiara?
No, just it's a small, it's sort of a simple tiara, not a grandiose crown or anything.
Well, so what we have to do now is simple. We take all these coins by their different denominations. We divide it by 6.
I
It seems fair.
We also should probably ask for a wagon.
By 7,
Carry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
and I'm just going to point at the doctor's shoulder. Remember, she got us the keys. We would never have made it
True.
out without her.
7.
And I'm going to turn.
Wait,
to
whoa,
look-
hang on. Does Amina actually know that she got the keys from Rowena? I'm just curious.
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
maybe not.
Because if you
all-
don't
all
know
she-
that,
all
then
she
I would
saw was the
not.
keys just dropped in
Yeah.
front of me.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
But
Some
Well-
random animal.
You do have a point
there
that she's
are
basically
7
part of
of
the party,
us.
right? So, yeah, there
Rowena.
are 7.
how
How much can you carry?
much would you like to make selections of what you want to carry yourself, or do you want to entrust your portion, however much you wish that to be, to the doctor's care?
Dr. Rosenthal, give you a perception check.
You guys gotta keep remembering. I still have disadvantage on these rolls.
Rowena has already taken 30%
Yeah.
I
off
have
the
a-
top.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a 6. It was a 16.
She's not on your shoulder.
Oh,
I'm just gonna let Marcos talk to my shoulder. But like I'm gonna scan the room, like
great.
looking to see if I can see her pop up anywhere. Because I feel like she would like look around like a table leg and like
Yeah, that's
wink at
usually
me.
her MO. Yeah, she usually lets you know where she is. She's not in the room.
I'm just gonna like wait and see how long it takes Marcos before he like.
Well, once he says, "Do you want the doctor to be responsible?" He just kind of pauses. It's like, okay. You know, I'd expect there to be an opinion expressed by now.
She did disappear earlier.
She what?
She disappeared.
We can't always see her.
Where?
We can't
She
expect
took
to
some
always
of my
see her.
salted pork and she disappeared.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's par for the course,
Sure.
right?
Okay, so worst case scenario, you poisoned her with salted pork, and she's gone.
How is that even a case scenario?
Yeah, what?
It's Malik.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt due to us having traveled together.
What
How
do
is
you all
that
do
giving
now?
me the benefit of
No.
the doubt?
What are you all doing now?
um,
What are you gonna do?
Isa is going to take whatever her portion is.
What is?
and-
did anyone do the math?
Oh, we split
I
it 6 or
can
7 ways.
really quickly. Oh, yeah. How are we? Doctor, what, how does it work with you and your friend? Are they your part? Do you pay your staff, or are they expecting?
She's the person. I don't own her. I'm sorry. I that might have-
No,
that's a
sorry,
weird thing. No,
staff, not
She's-
slave.
No, she's not. She's her own person. She does her own thing.
That's why
Oh.
7, right?
When you
7.
travel together and you find things, do you split it between both of you all?
She takes stuff. I don't know where she keeps it, but she takes stuff.
So,
Usually we didn't have to worry about this much.
And
So-
how much was she, because she's quite new to us, as you know, was she supporting this effort the entire time
Oh,
through all the combats and everything? Was she
Uh,
with us?
she helped probably more than even I know. But she also
7.
likes to play tricks, so
7.
might have
Malik,
also-
7.
Yeah, 7.
7.
okay, so there's 7 of us. Okay. Well,
And
I'm
Isa's
so
gonna
hungry, so I'm gonna
try
go
to
get more
take
dinner.
whatever notes she can on just how much was there so that she can deliver her report well to her mentor. And then she's just gonna say, well, I will see you all in the morning, and I guess we'll say goodbye tomorrow.
Before we do that, how are we splitting up jewelry and gems? Are we just gonna keep those together and hope for the best?
Rosenthal doesn't. He'll express that he doesn't want any of the jewelry or
I
gems.
don't either.
That's not
Marcos
his
is already
style.
heading out the door.
I mean,
That's a no then?
Jim's
Thanks for
Gems
watching
do
my
come in
adventure.
handy.
The game is over. Everybody's off.
Gyms do come in handy for some spells that I have, and certainly the jewelry can be traded for or left in care of somebody, maybe given back to the temple. And she's going to pull out the golden carrot that she had swiped like real fucking early days, and we could give that to the we could give to the temple.
That's a significant chunk of gold.
I
Just
would
so
like
everyone knows.
I would like to point out the hypocrisy of giving me a hard time for wanting to keep the money I had carried when you stole a solid gold carrot that
I
probably
didn't
is worth much more than anything I was.
I did not steal it. It was evidence that now I'm returning.
Uh-huh.
Can you not see that I'm
Uh-huh.
you not see what I'm doing here?
Uh-huh. You're doing something. I'll see you at
Yeah.
dinner if you're going to get any. And
Isa's
Marcos goes downstairs.
yeah. Isa is also going to put it down on a pile wherever the jewelry is and walk away. She's real fucking done being insulted.
Zanelle picks it up and will take it.
Done.
So now roll me d20.
Absolutely. Me.
You're instantly
no.
transported to the Feywild.
13.
Dr. Rosenthal's friend is like, hey,
Anything happen?
Nothing, you know.
All right.
Right
So
away.
when I take it, I leave and I'm going back to the temple to drop it off at the doorstep.
With the jewelry. Take the jewelry.
Why? Okay. I grabbed the jewelry.
Why?
Too.
Okay.
I didn't know we were taking the jewelry there. There's a whole tiara there.
so it's just like the jewelry she's taking, not the like gemstones.
And the
or whatever?
carrot.
So you're taking the carrot, you're taking the jewelry, you're dumping both of those off at the temple.
Yeah, I'm setting it down nicely. I'm not
Sure,
just like
sure, yeah,
throwing. Yeah, no.
But the gemstones are separate.
Gemstones seem to be. Yeah, I didn't take the gemstones, so.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I also will return the book that I took from the temple about like plants.
Yep. Sure.
Put that there too.
I mean, there's literally no one at the temple to
Absolutely
to
not.
meet
But
you
you know,
because they're.
it's the gesture of returning it.
Either ran off or dead.
Well, I guess I can. I'll knock on the door. I won't just leave. I'll knock on the door, see if somebody's there. If no one answers,
No
the
one.
door? Is it locked?
No. I mean, it's
Okay, then-
as open as you left it.
Then I'll go in and set it on like a table or something, and then close the door behind me and leave.
Sure. Anyone else doing anything else?
After the money is all divvied up, Delphia will take the platinum that she's given, and the rest she will give to Rosenthal. So Jacqueline, everything in chat there, you can add that to your total.
Okay.
All right.
We're all walking around like 1,000.
Anyone else?
I will be doing something.
Okay.
Before Rosenthal goes to sleep, if the gems were left, I'm gonna be like, Malik was basically gonna be like, are these useful for the things?
Well,
are
some
red
of these are
dragonborn, I
useful
mean.
for particular spells, but
Is-
I don't know how strong I am. I don't know if I can carry all of
Helping
this.
me all of this gold, and that's great, but I don't want to have to keep doing this fucking
Yeah.
dance.
Maybe you hold on to them until
Oh yeah.
needed.
What if you? I mean, we could probably end up selling them and whatever, and then you could buy more. of
Oh,
your-
if we
whatever.
if we
Yeah.
sell them, we can do But till then, I'm a little stuffed.
Fair enough. And he's gonna let Rosenthal go back to sleep because we got to get rid of that other exhaustion point.
Oh yeah.
2 exhaustion points.
Oh, two. Oh wow, we're
Yeah.
gonna be here
Still
a
at
while.
2.
Yeah.
You're killing the poor guy. All right, so if no one else is doing anything else, we're going to fast forward it a little bit to the next morning. And you're awakening. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. The mayor is outside with some horses and wagon, and it seems to be sort of the dawn and brightness of a new day. And I think we'll leave it there for tonight. as much as I enjoyed watching you guys squabble for 2 hours about finances. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Let's do a quick little round table. I'll get my thing up so I can see who I'm talking about. Regards to everything will start at the top and go down, up, and around. So let's go with Jacqueline first. Who are you and where can we find you?
Oh, absolutely. Jacqueline, she, her. I played the incredibly selfish, but for very many reasons, human wizard, Dr. Rosenthal. He, him. Hopefully, you all don't hate him at this point. He really is a good guy. You
We
can
know he's the
find
BBG.
me. Yeah, he is. He needs a slow incline into BBG, and this is how we started. You can find me at It's Gingivitis7 on Twitter. It's Kakelia on Twitch. Yeah, that's really about it right now.
Awesome. Zev.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev, he, him. I play Marcus O'Sale, the tiefling paladin who's ambiguously natured at the moment. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at Bukari Gaming. Yeah, that's me.
And Sarah.
Everybody, I am Sarah. You can find me here Tuesday nights. You can also find me on the same channel on Sundays at 2 Pacific. I am the DM for the other D&D property here on Vancouver by Night. We call it Phandalin by Night. And you should totally come and check us out. And just figured out, just kind of put the dates together. We are going to be running a special Halloween one-shot with the members of this amazing party, plus the members of our Sunday D&D group, all doing a big thing together. And I'm going to get to DM for that. So that will be on Halloween Day. So check out for that. And yeah, something else upcoming that I'm not really going to talk about yet, but is a big step out of my comfort zone. So stay tuned.
It is. Yes, it is.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Belle.
Hi, I'm Belle Scher, she, her, and I played Delphia tonight, the Asmar Ranger rogue. And she's not obviously not the gold hoarding rogue. She's more like the scouting type of rogue. One more thing, Mike, could she find a messenger that's going to Karen?
To where?
It's Caren. That's how it's pronounced.
Yep.
Well, that's how it's spelled. But she'd like to send some of the money that she's got to her family.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah. And you can find me around the web as Belle Scher. I'm not really streaming right now because I'm helping my sister build her house, and I'm also starting up election processes. So I'll be around elsewhere, mostly Twitter, but yeah.
But you're looking to be elected?
No, I am a clerk. No.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I'm a
like,
clerk.
oh, well, sorry, yeah.
No.
Vote for Belle Scher.
Yeah, right.
A vote for Belle Scher
No.
is like a chicken in every oven.
You got this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we
Okay,
go.
Okay.
Or
Saw it
chocolate.
through.
All right.
Solid.
Jazz.
Good landing.
Jazz, she, her, played Zanelle, she, her. You can find me on Twitter at Zulmain with 2 E's.
Cool. Steve.
That's me. I am Steve. Regularly, I am the storyteller. This week, we have a full slate. It basically started off on Sunday with Sarah's game, but we're doing the Tuesday D&D right now, which we're going to raid over into Art Heart Studios pretty soon. Tomorrow, come back at 3 p.m. PST for more Changeling the Dreaming. We have episode 4. Sorry? 3:30. Right, that's what I said. Of course I said 3:30. So it's yeah, come back for that, and then on Saturday we have the full slate Saturday takeover. We have the Professor Patrick with office hours on 11, talking about doing various World of Darkness games, Vampire the Masquerade. Then at noon we have Vancouver by Night Adjacent. That is a regular episode. We are ending it off. Thank you, Critical Misses, for the raid. You're just in time for us to send it off to Art Heart Studios. So yeah, I was mid thing. I was adjacent. Oh right, This Friday, we have the premiere of a bespoke horror game called Skin Deep. Story told by Lex, who is in the adjacent game. So it is a full slate. And then we're actually at 3 p.m. on Saturday. We are doing a special kind of one-shot with the group of Delve into Darkness for the vampire game. It's vampires playing D&D. So there's a bunch of vampires that don't know what they're doing, that are getting taught how to play D&D, and there is a ton of silly questions.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Teaching
amazing.
a bunch of elders how to play a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Oh my
Awesome.
god.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
What?
And
Team building exercise.
it's a team
building
building
exercise.
exercise.
Oh no.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you want to, there's a player in the game, Cliff, who plays Duran. I've known him for 25 years, and I have never seen him turn beet red, laughing as hard as he did when we were
Good.
recording that.
Yeah,
So
we got him good.
yeah, you
It's awesome.
definitely have to tune in for that. That is, it was super fun to record. And then we're gonna raid over at the end of that into Philly by Night over on Rolling D's 20s, and then Sunday is
Not this weekend.
not this weekend. It is Canadian Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So there will
Hey.
be a Fandolin by Night this week. So we're gonna return next week for Fandolin by Night. But yeah, it's
Hey.
pretty much a full slate for the week that we're on right now.
Do we have a
Changeling
vamp
game
game next
tomorrow?
week?
Do we have a what game next week?
Do we have a vamp game next week?
Possibly
On the Saturday?
not. Maybe not. Do
It'll
we
be
have
the
vamp
5th
next
to the
week?
16th.
No, yeah, we are.
Yes,
out.
we have.
yeah.
We're taking the Monday off.
This
yeah.
week that
Going
we're
dark
on,
for Thanksgiving.
this
Yep.
week that we're on, we're good to go. Next week we will have some Thanksgiving stuff, so we won't be doing a bunch of stuff next week. So yeah, tune in for all of our stuff that we have this week.
And we will be back next week, next Tuesday, for this game, because I have all these notes that I didn't even get to do, and I rushed to finish them today. And everybody else is like, no, we
Prepared?
don't want to do that fun stuff. We're going to talk about
You're
money
prepared for next time.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like 2 hours.
Yep.
You're
Nah,
super
I love it, man.
prepared.
It's amazing. I was your dungeon master this evening, Mike. I got the privilege and honor to dungeon master this group of chaos gremlins through yet another game of Would-Be Heroes, which happens every Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST. You can also catch me on Saturdays during the Vampire Takeover in the Delve into Darkness game, which happens now at 3 p.m. PST. You can catch me on Sundays normally, except for this Sunday coming, in the Fandolin by Night, got it right this time, game at 2 p.m. PST, also on this channel. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram or CDN Cap America on Twitter. I haven't done much, admittedly. I'll be doing something on the 30th that I'll probably try to do some sort of photographing or something for. Other than that, there's a few other things that I have in the pipe, but that's basically waiting on everyone getting together and organizing. But until then, we are going to raid over to, holy crap, we have a lot of people in here. We're going to take all of you
Hi,
lovely
everybody.
people. If you somehow managed to come in just a little bit earlier tonight, wasn't exactly, in my opinion, the most exciting thing, because everybody was just RPing their greediness out and getting it out of the way so that we can all
Oh, it was
get
much
into the
deeper
fun
than that.
stuff of moving forward somehow together as a party, even though there's really no reason for any of them to stick to each other.
Mhm.
And then getting to places beyond. But don't worry, I have plans for that. So But you'll have to find out next week how that all mashes together and whether or not anyone actually really knows just how much Rowena actually stole from the bag. So
I can't wait to find her little hidey hole.
and in fact, you probably will.
Plot twist: it's the bag
Plot
of holding.
It's the bag of holding. Oh. No. Beyond that,
deserved.
the let's see. Other than that, I think we're good to go. We have a thing. So thank you one and all for joining us. We love and appreciate the raids. You can see Patreon stuff, including. Are we putting that vampire/D&D game up on the Patreon, or are we just sort of airing it as a regular
We're
thing?
airing it on Saturday.
Sweet, cool. But there is other Patreon stuff if you're into vampire stuff, and extra sort of sneakiness because myself and Cliff just recorded yet another thing that's sort of. I mean, we're not betraying the coterie, but we're also not really. Anyway, you can find out what happens, and we will then talk to you guys again next week. If you can come a little earlier and grace us all, we will see what we can do to make sure that your stay is enjoyable.
So
Hey.
thank you to Level Up and Fateful Encounters and Critical Misses for the raids. We are gonna
And
hop
Sirenscape
over,
for having all the awesome music
and Sirenscape for having all the awesome music. And we are going
and the
to
flies.
raid over and Mithril Armory for providing the thing for our the
Raffle.
raffle. That's the
The
word I was thinking
aluminum
of.
D20.
It's late. I'm
It
gonna
is.
initiate the raid.
It's all good. We didn't.
Bye.
A lot
Thanks,
later
everybody.
for everybody else.
Yeah, we're raiding over to Art Heart Studios and Weed and D. Give them all the love. Click like, click follow, click subscribe. Give them some bits.
If you spend
And-
5,000 bits in this channel, I'll level everybody up.
Yeah,
Only
We're gonna do that
5,000.
anyway.
Someone.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Bye,
Okay,
everybody.
okay. Good night.
Bye.